we got the schedule release. So they say, but it's out. And we gonna talk about it, right? And we go freestyle. It's another freestyle. Meaning we gonna be taking calls, the same thing. Alright? And it's going down, man. So we get to talk about this enemy, man. I'm definitely excited to talk about knowing who the enemy is. Because when we know who the enemy is, then we can start talking real smart. We can start talking real strategic, right? We can talk real honest about the future. So we out the dark now. So we gonna talk. Yeah. We gonna have the phone lines going. I got everything set up in time, so we not gonna have no weird glitches. So y'all come on in, man. Same old. Let me set up this stuff in the back. I'm gonna be right back. Talk about this one. I'm excited to see what y'all got to say about the schedule release. So we gonna talk about it, man. No scripts. All freestyle. Yes, indeed. Like we always do. We ain't scared to freestyle. We know football up in here. I'll be right back. Up in here, let's get it, man. So yeah, man, welcome to Boss Cowboy Sports, man, where your voice matter. Obviously we got a lot to talk about with the schedule release. I'm gonna do like I did yesterday. I'm gonna open the phones right on up. Here we go. So y'all give me a second, man. Same old. We got the call lines open. And then we're going to start taking calls. We're going to talk about the schedule. We're going to talk about the opponents because it was different from the rumors. The rumors was not what they said it was. Yeah, so the rumors let us down on this one. So, yeah, but we opening up the phones. And we also got the chat line. So we're going to take both real quick while we waiting on y'all to call in. So, looking at the chat. Let's start with the chat, man. Yeah. Give me a second. All right, so yeah, we got the call lines open at 941-942-2100. We gonna talk about this schedule on some freestyle stuff. They said the schedule's supposed to release at 7, so that's in 4 minutes, but it's already been leaks of it, you know. So the phone ain't ringing, so I'm gonna go ahead and get into it. So our first opponent is scheduled to be Tampa. All right. So with it being Tampa, these are all the week 1 opponents. And they got us as underdogs on that one. All right, so let me take this call. Boss Cowboy Sports.
Hey, boss, how are you?
Good. Who am I speaking with?
It's Samuel Rowe.
Sam, we spoke yesterday. What's up?
Yeah, not much. I just want your opinion on expectations for the season with the schedule. Last year, I didn't like the back-to-back Thursday games. I feel like that really messed us up because you had like when it's traditional Thursday, for Thanksgiving you get the mini bye, but having that back-to-back Thursday seemed like it put a big stress on our team. But what's your feelings on the schedule? Or wait, are you waiting for the official release?
I'm waiting on the official release. I don't really like rumors, but that's why I started at least 3 minutes early because I know they go release it at any minute now.
Right.
But for what I've been looking at, I like the schedule. I think it's starting out pretty competitive, obviously, and they starting us off with Tampa, which is gonna be a revenge game for us, and I love that.
Yoga fire. Yoga flame.
I love the fact that they also have us as underdogs, Sam. I love that. Count us out. Because I think we play better when people doubt us. I like us when we the rabbit with the gun. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So last year that came down to a field goal kick, and we didn't. Gallup got injured that game, so like it basically, and there was no Gallup and no Zach Martin, so. And I was on the road by 3 at home. That's technically a tie. So we'll see.
Yeah, we go see.
Yeah.
They're a formidable opponent. We gotta respect them, right? Especially because of the quarterback. They got a culture of winning at this point, so that's a very good test. And this time, Cowboy Nation, if we was to lose that game, I'm not trying to be satisfied with no moral victories.
Yoga fire.
Yeah.
Yoga flame.
Because last season I like how we lost. I like that loss. So, and we never got back going, right? On signature wins. Yeah, we went 6-1 after that, but what win was signature? It wasn't no signature win. So we need a signature win. We need a statement win. We need a win that says we back. We've answered the calls from San Fran lost, and we are all the way back. That's what we need, Sam.
Yeah, most definitely. All right, I'm going to turn on NFL Network and keep you in the background.
Yeah, keep me in the background and call back if you get some news that I don't know of. Because I'm looking at y'all right now, freestyling through this. All right, thanks, Sam.
All right, peace out.
All right, peace. All right, so Sam said, man, I'm getting off the phone with you, man. You ain't got enough info. No, but we got them call lines open, man. I figured y'all would want to talk about the schedule. So let me go and start pulling it up real quick. Hold on real quick. Because we right there where it should be released. And we still got the call lines open, man. Let me put up that phone line. Here we go. Because we freestyling. All right, here we go. Y'all give me 1 second. Let me Google it real quick. All right, Dallas Cowboys. Schedule. Oh, there it is. All right. Here we go. So the only thing that's official right now that I'm seeing is the Green Bay. That's the only thing that they ready to announce. Oh, there we go. Let me take this call. BossCowboySports.
Yo, what up, Cowboy? Boss Cowboy, what's the deal?
What's up, Wink? This Wink, huh?
Yes, sir.
Man, I got your voice now. Man, I'm telling you, I'm getting good at this, man, because y'all voice really do matter. All right, what's up?
Yeah, man. So I'm looking at see if this the measuring stick from the game one last year. So Amari balled out last year. Dak, was expected to have rust on him, and he played pretty good. And I'm starting to see now that Amari not here, is CD really that number one? Is he going to ball out? Because I think Amari had like 10 catches for like 150 yards or something like that, and a touchdown or something. He was just killing all their whole secondary. So
yeah,
I want to see if CD get ready to make that jump.
Yeah. What do you think he gonna make the jump? Because he already did, right? So, right? He already.
Well,
like
they passed him the torch, but we ain't seeing him live in the game yet. That's passing the torch and doing it is two different things.
Yeah, I think he go do it, and I think this is the perfect game, right? Because some games, when you already showed out on them, you look forward to seeing them again. It's almost like I think Aaron Rodgers is about Texas Stadium. I think he really get up for Texas Stadium, just like Eli Manning used to get up for Texas Stadium. It's certain, because athletes, we superstitious. You know what I mean? We go try to pull on any juju.
You're talking about Tom Brady, right?
No, I'm talking about CeeDee Lamb.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying because I might have said the wrong name, but I was talking about CeeDee Lamb. Because he played good the last time we played Tampa, I can see him looking forward to Tampa. You see what I'm saying? And where he's like, okay, man, these are guys that get his confidence going. I can see that. That's why I love this as a debut game for him.
Right. And we didn't have Zach Martin in that game. I don't think. I think McGovern played in place of him, and then I think Lyle Collins played that game too, and Steele was on the side. So, we're gonna see how this line holds up too.
Man, good thought. So, because the last time we came out throwing, right? We came out throwing the last time. This time, we got to have a full change up. We got to come out running the ball this game. I don't care about no Vita Vea or nothing. I think we got to really test their trenches out the gate.
Yeah.
Because to your
point. And then we got a new kicker too, so we got to see, he fresh out of college, so, he gonna get thrown in the fire and see if he's ready for the big time too.
Yeah. And we gonna see if he's a natural or not. But man, fantastic point on that Zach Martin not playing, because and let's all be honest too, McGovern played pretty good that game. Yeah. He played pretty good. He actually gave Vita Vea the business a couple of times. So,
yeah, he's steady. He's solid at right guard. It's just left guard where you have a problem. So
yeah,
are they going to insert him at left guard, or are they going to give young Tyler? They're going to throw him out there. So I'm interested to see all that stuff.
Yeah, it's a lot of questions. It's a lot of questions sitting out there that got to be answered. But I tell you what, I'm being all the way honest with you, Wink. I do feel good about that right side. I'm so excited about the right side, because I think it's going to get better push. I really do. I think it's going to get way better push. Because, Wink, I was just, how you just be on the internet, and I came across a picture, man, and it got me so excited. And it, to me, kind of showed what made us successful the first 7 games. And it was a picture of Steele and Zach Martin leading the team coming out the tunnel. I said, that's the picture of what had us going the first 7 games. Well, really, after game 1, when we was running behind them 2, ooh.
Yeah.
So I'm excited.
Yeah, that's gonna be loud. That stage gonna be loud too.
Ooh, man, we gotta be so. Cowboy Nation better be acting a fool that game. But I want to see, because Kellen Moore, you bet not come out throwing like you did the last time. I'm gonna be like, man, Kellen Moore is a sucker. Even if we win, I'm gonna be like, that dude is just garbage. Because how do you have all these killer run blockers that you don't use game 1 when they fresh? I would be flabbergasted.
Yeah. And he ain't got his trick play guy, Cedric Wilson, no more, so we really gonna know something.
Man, yeah. Hey, and
they'll flare Cedric Wilson out to the side, and he's gonna throw a pass all the way across the other side of the field to Tony Pollard, right?
Right. Yeah, I'm certain we gonna have some gadgets though. You right about that. Good observation. I'm certain we gonna still have some gadgets. You know, that's Kellen
He can't
Moore.
help himself.
He can't help himself. He just can't, man.
Yoga fire.
It's just what he
I
gonna
gotta do something flashy for the ratings.
Yeah, and for my new coaching job. And I really do think he's wired that way. I think Boise State and being an all-time winning quarterback really built in him a tendency to take risk. Because, you know, when he was on a Gruden's QB camp, Gruden was like, why do y'all do all these weird gadget plays in the red zone? And Kellen Moore did not back down, Wink, at all. He didn't back down. I was thinking he was going to be like, well, you know, I just kind of ran the plays. The coach gave it to me. No, he was like, no, we look at it as a good opportunity to just try different stuff.
Yeah.
He doubled down. Yeah. So they said the schedule is out.
And now he got his wide receiver coach. It's funny how they got rid of Coop and they got rid of the wide receiver coach. That's the only two changes that they made in the coaching staff.
Yeah. Hey, but did you see that the wide receiver coach, how he was talking about Tolbert? Did you see that?
Oh yeah.
Ooh, that's what
I'm excited about because he got a that dude got a he retains stuff quick. You could tell him one time a play and he'll go out and run it.
Yeah.
And they was like, okay, we got to have this guy.
He called him like a game change. He said he increases our whole room. Did you hear him say that?
I don't see him sitting back and being complacent with the wide receiver 3 role. I see him, man. He don't care about wide receiver 2 or wide receiver 1. I can see him pushing for the number 1 spot. I can see him. He's not gonna be quiet like Coop. Like if he's open and he wants the ball, he's gonna say he wants the ball, man.
Yeah.
He ain't gonna walk to the sideline and just soak and not say nothing like Coop did.
Yeah.
He's already a trash talker. You see that in the film.
Yeah, and see, man, the more and more I learn about Jalen, the more and more I love Jalen, man. Look, did y'all ever see how long his fingers are?
I seen him get cracked in the guy led with his helmet for a touchdown pass, and I think he got like a little woozy, and he still held the ball up with one hand.
Yeah.
In the end zone. I was like, man, this dude got some hell of a hands.
Yeah, man.
You know, some ball skills.
Listen, Wink, are you watching me on the phone or are you watching me on your television?
I'm driving right now, so I'm getting ready to pull over. I'm trying to buy me a truck right now tonight, so.
Okay.
I'm on the move.
Look, you might not be able to see this. I'm going to show this to the audience that's watching. Look at his fingers. I'm showing his fingers. His fingers look Photoshop, Wink. His fingers so long. He is the perfect receiver. It's like God gifted this man to play receiver. Look at his fingers, man. That dude fingers.
I hope it ain't like Kawhi Leonard's.
Dog, it looks weird. You would think his fingers was photoshopped. I'm dead serious. Dude, this dude got perfect hands to play receiver. Like his hands is long, bruh. It's crazy. It looks weird. It looked like his hands was photoshopped. So yeah, man.
Yeah, that's how Kawhi Leonard's fingers is. That dude can palm a whole dinner plate with just his thumb and his pinky. That's how long his fingers is.
Right. And see, then I was also looking at Tolbert. I was looking at him a little bit closer, especially on his first play where he just take off, right? And you see that massive yak after the catch. But another thing that I noticed is how strong he is. Watch the push off. He pushes that dude 4 yards off of him. And it wasn't even a flagrant push. It was a one-arm push. That's why they don't call nothing on him. One push, and he pushes him 5 yards off of him, and then just shows massive yak. Massive.
That's what I'm saying. That press, that's what hurt us last year with the press coverage. I don't think they're going to be able to do him like that.
Nah. I do see, man, this dude gonna be special. and I think he gonna be instantly special. Instantly. I think he gonna come out game 1, and it's gonna almost be like what we was with Parson and Tank, where we gonna be Gallup who? Watch how fast the fans be like, well, take your time, Gallup. We don't need you so fast. Take your time. And it's going to be all because of Jalen. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, he'll be straight this year. He got his back. He'll just sit back and he'll come back when he want to come back.
Yeah. So I definitely feel good about that pick, man. So I still don't see the official schedule release. Let me try to refresh it. And then, cause I want us to be able to talk about this real quick. Let me see, cause they said
they're gonna put the Cowboys at the end. They're gonna milk that probably as long as they can.
Yeah, cause they said NFL schedule release today, 7 p.m. Central on NFL Network. Yeah. So yeah, you right. They gonna milk it. But anyway, I can't wait though. You know what I'm saying? I can't wait because it's already leaking out though. So we know who our week 1 opponent is. They also talked about we playing Philly week 6. Then we know about Green Bay, right? And then the Bengals is week 2. What's your thoughts on us playing the Bengals week 2? Wink.
Well, I mean, everybody is saying Joe Burrow is already better than Dak, so you know we gonna know something.
Yeah, and I do like that. Because I want us to be able to shut up our own fans, right? So
yeah, we got 2 elite quarterbacks. I mean, supposedly elite quarterbacks back to back. So it's gonna be a good measure for Dak. So yeah, it's either gonna shut the fans up or it's gonna fuel the fire. You know?
Yeah. And will it ever shut up though? Will it?
I think until Dak wins.
Yeah.
Winning deep in the playoffs, that's the only way.
Yeah, I think Dak got to make it to a Super Bowl before most fans shut up. We not going to be happy until we get 2. We have to get to a Super Bowl.
Well, I would say at least to an NFC Championship game because even Romo didn't do that. So
yeah. But the logical fans will go for that. Good comment by my boy Damon Mitchell. Straight out of Carter High. He said, get them early while still in that Super Bowl hangover. Yeah. Well said, Damon. I think that's perfect. I think that's exactly. They gonna be vulnerable. They should catch us hungry, and we still should catch them sleep. I think that's a very good thought. But Wink, this Freestyle Thursday, man. So let me take some more calls, big dog. So all
right,
and then I'm.
I appreciate that what you did against them Eagle trolls, man. That was that thing had me dying. I was cracking up the whole time.
Yeah, man.
It was like 1 against 4, and I was like holding his own. I was like, this is a no limit soldier. Boss going out like a no limit soldier.
Man, all day. And this is the thing. I genuinely mean every word that I said. That wasn't for no television. Like Wink, I don't know why we give the Eagles fans equal energy. I have no idea why we literally go back and forth with them as if they are on our level.
That's all it's going to be every time. I don't even waste my time with them guys, man.
Yeah.
They just looking for airtime.
Yeah. And see, I suppose
they don't have no podcast. Look how deep our podcast community is. They don't have that, man. Really, no team really has what we have. That's why they always in your podcast and everybody else. Bruh. Always a Philly fan.
Ooh, man. My boy Wink is going. Yeah.
I'm saying, look at your numbers during the draft. Everybody's channel in the draft. You know what I'm saying? There's always some other fans in there. They don't have the coverage like we got.
Yeah. Good point.
Because they don't have the structure. That's the main thing. We got structure.
We do.
You can connect with you can. We can have what a final word with and interchangeable with like several different guests, and it still be rolling the same. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Facts.
Who else gonna do that?
Yeah. I mean, good point, man. When you talk about the Dallas Cowboy podcasters, we are absolutely the best. The
I'm
best.
trying to tell you.
I mean, it's a very competitive market when you step into this lane. You know what I mean? It's competitive. Guys are going all out. And everybody cross-reference each other too. Ain't no gimmies. You know what I mean? Boss, go check your
Yeah.
homework over here, man. So yeah, man. Wink, definitely good call, man. And if you know if they get scared, call back. You know how it go.
All right. Appreciate you.
Hey, no problem, man.
Shout
Good
out
luck
to
on
all-
that truck.
Shout out to everybody in the Cowboys Nation.
Shout out
on
to
the
the
chat.
Cowboys Nation. Yeah, good luck with the truck too, Wink. Hopefully you get what you want, man. All right.
Yes.
That was Wink, man. That was Wink. All right, so we opening up the call line. I'm still also at the same time trying to find this schedule. You know what I'm saying? So I can have the official schedule. But we got it open. Here we go. Boss Cowboy Sports, man. Let's go.
What's going on, boss?
What's up? You got the schedule,
Hardest
coach?
working man in YouTube. You trying to catch up? You trying to catch up with Law, ain't you?
Oh no, man. I ain't even Law the pace setter. Law is the pace setter. Law doing about 4 or 5 videos a
Law
day.
did a 3-hour stretch earlier today, and probably gonna do another 2-hour stretch later on.
Man, Law don't sleep. My boy Law say, I get energy. He said, I get energy when I wake up. I'm a vampire. I said, you are. You shit. You
But, hey,
are
man.
vampire.
Well, you got a lot of topics, man. You know, that's what makes Cowboy YouTubers big time business, and because hey, you're talking about a product that always give you something to talk about. I can guarantee you that they always give you something to talk about.
True.
They keep it front and center. You know.
Yeah.
But
yeah. They've been quiet
I'm
lately,
really
though,
excited
and
about
I've been
this,
happy.
the schedule. What you think about them starting off with Tampa Bay? I think that's a good start for us.
I mean, I gave my thoughts. You just give your thoughts, and I'm gonna piggyback off you.
Well, my thoughts is here it is again. I like starting off with big games, so we can. This is where you set your mentality in big games, because you have to, as we start off with we set our identity in big games of what's going to make us successful, and you usually see where coaches as well as players they kind of tighten up in big games. So you start off with big games, so you drill those things in so they can get accustomed to doing what the identity of the team is. So that's where you set the identity. I think last year we kind of set the identity of being a little finesse, but I think we was a young team. I think it's going to be much different this year because this team is basically going to be together again for the second year. So I see a lot of growth, because now I think McCarthy has had a chance to have a brand new the same team for the second year, because his first year it was crazy. The second year there was basically a brand new team, and now he's got this nucleus back again for a second year. So I think it should be more in sync going into this first game. So
Yeah.
I think starting off tough with this type of team, coming off of a tough ending of the season last year. I think getting back on the saddle right quick will give us some much needed momentum to going into the rest of the season. It's still going to be, the first game's always kind of sloppy, and it's always kind of, but it's good to set your identity early, because your first 4 games really set your tone of your identity. I think the teams you don't really know what teams are until after their first 4 games.
Right. So my boy Renell, man, listen, this is why I love Freestyle Thursdays, Wednesdays, Mondays, because really y'all do host a show with your boy. Your boy Renell in the chat was like it's on ESPN, so I got the whole schedule up. Game 1 is Tampa. Game 2 is Cincinnati. Game 3 is New York. Game 4 is Washington, and that's exactly what you was talking about, using those first 4 games as momentum, Coach. Perfect.
Yeah, that's gonna. And you got 2 big games. Then you got a rival game. You got 2 rival games back after those 2 games, which is a good. Anytime you play in your division, it's gonna be tough games.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
if there's no, if you think about it, if we're trying to get around with the schedule in the NFL, there's no easy schedule. That's one of the things I hate more than anything when they start ranking the tough schedule, the toughest schedule, or the weakest schedule. Only ranking I give the toughest schedule and the weakest schedule is based off home and away and when they fall. But as of doing the teams, you can't really do that because each team is different every year. There's a lot of changes, coaches changes, player changes. So you don't know what type team you're really playing until the season really starts. So, but when you have these home and away games, sometimes back-to-back road games, that's a tough thing. Boss, I seen you pull up the schedule.
Yeah.
Always a very important time for Cowboys is around Thanksgiving.
Right.
What's going on around Thanksgiving? That's a very important time for the Cowboys.
Okay, so Thanksgiving is, what day is Thanksgiving?
You probably want to look at your last of your November.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. November 20th and November 24th. Oh, Thursday. That's New York. That's a good game.
Okay.
Yeah, we
so
got New York on Thanksgiving.
Before
it's a short week.
You come home to New York, and then you still at home when you play Indianapolis. That's a good stretch for us there. Because we got a bye week coming off going into the Green Bay, which will give us a chance to really be ready to go into Green Bay.
Yep.
Then you got Minnesota. Then you got New York. So that's good because we really need some kind of light games around that Thanksgiving because we are always pressed around that time because we always play Thanksgiving. So it's always a very tough period of time in that time of the year. And then coming out the Indianapolis, you got Houston, and then you got Jacksonville. So that part of the schedule sets up well for us with road games. Don't know how the teams are going to play, but looking at it from the historical play of how you think those teams are going to be, that's a very good thing because I think our last part of the season is kind of really, it's not as tough as the beginning. So I think that's a very good thing because you don't want to have a real gauntlet stretch in that Thanksgiving thing because that's going into the playoff run and you don't want to kind of wear your team out in that particular point in time, especially when you got those short weeks.
We played the Texans this year? We played the Texans? I look forward to that game.
Yeah, I look to the Texans because your man, what's your man to be on your show?
Oh man, Eastside. I guarantee he go disappear that week. I guarantee it. That's what them coward Houston fans do, man. They talk, and they wear different jerseys until we play them, and then all of a sudden you can't find them.
You can't find them because they disappear. And I like what the caller before you said about the Philadelphia Eagles, man, damn the Eagles. Anyway, right. I mean, like I said, I've been saying this for a long time, man. My barbershop, I got a couple of Eagle fans in there, man, and listen here. They talk about the Cowboys. They know every move that the Cowboys make. We don't follow the Eagles like that.
No. No.
So what they're really doing, and I know we all of YouTubers try to support each other, but you ain't doing it helping their ratings, boss, going on their show. Because I would talk to them when the season starts. Let's see when the season starts and see how things getting and how your team is coming out, and then we may have a big matchup. Then we go. But as of you talking to us because you made some draft picks and you barely made the playoffs, You got to show me something first. You know, you got to show me something. I mean, you and the Commanders and the Giants, they got to show me something. But it's a big misconception that the NFC East is the worst division in football. You know who the worst division in football is, right? And historically been the worst. This ain't just started. It's been historically the worst.
Green Bay, Detroit.
Yes, yes. So that has been the worst division in football since I've been alive, boss. that is definitely the worst division in football. You have no historical teams in the Green Bay Conference. Chicago's have won one Super. Matter of fact, I told a guy that he was from Chicago. He was a Chicago fan. I said, man, can you name me three potential Hall of Fame? Can you name me one potential Hall of Fame quarterback in y'all whole history?
Ooh. and see, Renell, boy, that boy Renell, he coming in here, man. He coming in here.
Finish him.
Listen to this comment from Renell, man. He feeling very, man, he got his spices with him today. My boy said the idea of having two teams in Dallas shows you Houston is irrelevant.
That's right. And I don't stay in Texas. Houston is not that far from Dallas. Is it that far from Dallas?
3.5.
That's what I'm saying. So when the mayor of Dallas said he want two teams, he just looking over Houston like there's nobody. Like, oh well, we don't worry about the Houston. You know, bring another team.
So, but you know, the one thing that I do notice since we freestyling and we looking at the schedule, it's one thing that I am noticing is that our last 4 opponents, well, the last 3 for sure, are running teams and heavy running teams. So that's gonna be how we manage and load manage again. To me, going into the playoffs is gonna be very important. You know?
Yeah, but boss, you know how you stop running teams? What one of the biggest deterrent to stopping running teams, and you could do research on this and look at this.
Mm-hmm.
If you run the ball effectively, the other team don't have time to run the ball.
Right.
So basically, when you look at a game, if you run the ball effectively and you are efficient with your offense,
right.
Well, I mean, you score. You don't have to score on every possession, but you're efficient with your offense and you win the time of possession.
Right.
You don't give other teams the luxury to be patient and run against you.
Right. No, definitely. So definitely at the end of the year, obviously execution is going to be key. It's going to be very key, like you say.
Because the weather changes. The weather going to change.
Mm-hmm.
You have nutrition going on because of your people losing people when you get to the end of the year, and your identity. Now, if we're being able to stop the run, you're going to find out if we are able to stop the run in the first 4 weeks. And even though they may not run teams with Cincinnati going to run the ball, but you're going to have to be able, teams going to run the ball enough to know if you can be able to stop the run.
Yeah.
One thing about football is with defense, if you don't stop the run or you don't show a physical presence on defense and your linebackers early in the season to stop the run, you don't gain that during the season. That's who you are for that season.
Right.
So usually if you are, and I don't mean you got to be juggernauts with stopping the run, but if you show a presence where it's kind of difficult to run the ball against you, you'll get better at it. But if you are just opening up holes like crazy and people run the ball on you, teams see that identity you have, and then they attack you with that, and now it doesn't get better. So if you're not physical early, I'm not saying that you got to be dominant, but if you're not a physical presence early, you don't gain physicality as the season goes on. Not as you start getting hurt, injuries, bumps, and bruises. If you ain't physical from the start, you're not going to gain that mentality during the season. It's not going to turn around. You can't turn around in week 17 and say, "Oh, now we're going to become physical." That's what the Cowboys ran into last year when they went in the 49ers game. And I don't think it was their defense. I think basically their offense or their whole their style of play. You're not going to just turn around and say, "Oh, now we're going to out-physical a team." If that's not what you've been doing for 17 weeks, you kind of set your identity of who you are. And that's why I say the first 4 weeks is a good thing. It's not going to be smooth. We're not going to be perfect. We're going to have some improvement to do. Every team improves. But I just want to see us play competitive, win games, but show the fans and show us that this is a different type of team with a different mentality.
Right.
And I think people like will get better. I love Jalen. Y'all heard y'all talking about Jalen, the receiver.
Yeah.
And I made a comment in your chat. Jalen, to me, he's 24 years old. So, and he has improved every year. When you showed your breakdown on him, how he has improved every year from his freshman year all the way through his senior year.
Yeah, he improved every year.
He checked all the boxes.
Yep. Everyone.
He went to the Senior Bowl. He's done well in everything he's done, and I think he's humble enough by listening to his interview that this guy, I believe he's a Michael Gallup without the leg injuries. Because you remember with Michael Gallup, I'm not talking about just the knee injury, but Michael Gallup has had several injuries on that same leg. All his leg injuries have been on that same leg, from the hip to the ankle to the Achilles to the knee. All on the same leg.
Hold on real quick. Law just said he's in a link room. I see what he's doing. He trying to do a combo show. So likely what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to cut this stream. No, hold on, Law. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna send you another link, big dog, because I'm under a different stream for this. That's why I don't have the final word look. Let me send you another link, Law, and we go get it popping. All right. But go ahead. You go buy me time, Coach, as you breaking it down. Me and Law go do a joint show on this schedule breakdown stuff. But go ahead, what you were saying on Jalen.
Yeah, I think he's a Michael Gallup without the leg injuries. I think, and I'm not saying Michael Gallup, and I don't want people to think I'm saying Michael Gallup is damaged goods. But the truth to be told, every time he's gotten hurt in the NFL, it's all been on the same leg. He either had a hip, he either had the calf, which they thought was a Achilles thing. He had the knee, he had the ankle. He had the meniscus on that same leg. So he has had a lot of injuries on that same leg. So, and that leg is giving him problems. But I think this Jalen guy is a good route runner, and we're not going to ask him to do a whole lot or put a lot of pressure on him if we utilize the other guys that we have on this team to make plays, because I think we get to focus on some of these other guys and like you said, and pinpoint the Zekes and the Tony Pollards and the CD Lambs. We'll make his job much easier for him to get acclimated and to make plays, because he won't get so much attention. And that helps a rookie when he's not getting so much attention, where he can work in space against second and third corners.
I think something else too, Coach. I think he's gonna be better than Gallup, because to me, he's a better route runner than Gallup. He has better feet.
Yeah.
He sets you up with his feet better. What I really see when I watch him play, I see a combination of CeeDee Lamb and Gallup. I see Gallup with the body control and balance. I see CeeDee Lamb with his ability to beat you with his feet and get separation with his feet. That's exactly who I see with Jalen. I think he gonna tear it up.
Well, when we first started talking about Jalen, I asked you, boss, coming out of college, and I understand Gallup has some great numbers, but I thought it was very, very close when I watched the tape on this young man, because Gallup was basically a physical receiver that didn't run as many routes as this young man to get his catches. So I think this young man run. If you watch his film, is not when the tapes that you ran and when you did the breakdown, you don't see the same route over and over and over again for him to get his catches. You see drags, you see curls, you see nines. He goes across the middle. You see posts. So he does a lot to get his catches, and I think he's, like I said, he has had the experience of having 4 years to develop his craft. And I think he went to the South Alabama because he's a baseball player too. Did you know that?
I did not know that, Coach. Man, no order.
Yeah,
Coach.
he went there because he could play baseball also.
So we got us a baseball player?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So that's why he went, because South Alabama gave him the opportunity to play baseball as well.
We got Law in the building.
Yeah, what's good with you?
There
man?
he is. Law Nation is in the building, big dog.
Yeah.
All right, man. I know you got to set up stuff on the back end. Let me know when to pull you back in, bro. I'm going to be building the plane, getting us all the way set up super live, big dog. Let me know when you're ready.
Man, let me turn my phone line off over here. And I'm ready though. I'm already ready.
You got him in,
man. I got a jet. I got the jet over here, baby.
Man, I see, bro. I don't think I got the jet. I think I got the cargo plane, but I'm trying to keep up, big dog.
No, you here? You here?
Right, let me get Law set up, bro, and then Coach, I'm gonna hit you. I'm gonna open back up the phone lines. All right, cool.
What's up?
Hey, what's good, man? With your coach. Hey, boss, I'm gonna send you this link right here. And let me tell you how accurate Coach is. I want you to be able to pull it up on the screen. And it's gonna show Gallup's injury history all on that one leg. I think he'll go straight to that page, and you'll see what Coach is talking about. And so that people can have a visual. Coach was right on the money with it.
Man, Coach be going so fed hard. And this is the deal, man. Listen, I love how my boy Law, your boy Law, he got full faith in his homie Boss, man. Because he gonna send stuff. He gonna be like, Boss, build this plane. I'm sending it to you right now, big dog.
That's what we do, man.
That's what we do, bro. We handle up under pressure. Yeah, so I'm pulling it up real quick. What's your thoughts on the schedule, man? I'm going to put it up and let you just kind of roll with it. What's your thoughts, big dog?
No doubt, man. I got to pull it up on my side, too, so that I can see it. All right, so week 1, we going up against Tampa, and what's unique about that, I'm looking for revenge. I want revenge. I absolutely do want revenge. And then week 2. Week 2, we face against Cincinnati. That's another home game. We got 2 home games back to back, which I'm looking for the Cowboys to come out running with it.
Right.
Last year, I said it was going to be a minute, but it's going to be nice. When the defense finally catch up with the offense, I said the offense is going to carry the team on the front half or the first half of the season, and the defense is going to sprinkle itself in on the back end.
Right.
Granted, the defense started a whole lot sooner than what I was expecting last year.
Facts.
So now what I'm thinking, oh, boss, man, gosh, it just hit me.
Uh-oh.
Oh, my gosh.
Uh-oh. Hey, I got to get some effects in here for this.
Oh, my goodness, man. Could it be that the offense is going to have to catch up with the defense?
Oh. Excellent point, big dog. Excellent point. Yeah.
What's your thoughts on that?
Well, I was having a discussion with Coach Marv, and they do. And I don't think it would be wise to attack Tampa like they did the first time where they beat them through the air. You've invested into the running game. Let's see it. Let's test it. Because in my opinion, Law, and I want to get your thoughts on this, the first game in 2021, we shied away from the running game. Zeke was fresh. He was doing all those jump cuts, and we didn't do it. What's your thoughts on that?
Well, here's the thing with Ezekiel. When they ran the ball onto the outside, they was able to get some yards.
Right.
And I thought that the Cowboys panicked just a little bit, and they got happy with the pass.
Yeah.
But you know the craziest thing of it all? The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they had to scramble because we stopped the run. So they killed us with the pass, and it was primarily targeting at Anthony Brown because without that double move onto the outside and DeMonte KZ, once again, he was out of place. They said he tripped. Dan Quinn, he fell on the sword that game, if you guys remember.
Yeah.
And a lot of people was giving Dan Quinn fault with that, and he said that basically Jordan Lewis, he slipped, and also Anthony Brown, you know, hey, he was playing what the technique he was saying that he was playing the trail technique.
Yeah, he was playing 2-man. That's where they trail. You right though. But Law boy, hey, hold on real quick. Boy, that boy Law memory. Listen, when you dropping 4 videos a day, you can keep up with the details. Go ahead, Law.
Yeah, man. I was like, yeah.
Dog.
But we had to understand that they was trying to install a new defense, and also they was trying to do a little too much. And remember, the expectations was with Dak Prescott. Come on, the meat falling off the bone, the shoulder is not really there, and he surprised everybody. Everybody after week 1, even the pundits, the critics was like, you know what? Much respect to Rain Dakota.
Yeah,
much respect to him.
He got a lot of respect after week 1. He did.
Yeah.
He did. And because I think people really did, for the first time, factor in the degree of difficulty. To miss the whole offseason because of the ankle, then miss most of training camp and come out the way Dak did, it was a lot of moral victories that was given to Dak and the Dallas Cowboys. But I'm going to be honest, I don't want no more victories this year.
No. I don't want to take no morals. They can absolutely have that moral, that morale. You know, they can have that.
They not the champions no more. So, yeah, man. So, is there anybody that's standing out on this schedule or that you want to kind of talk about or flag since it's the official schedule? Just looking at it, what's your thoughts on it in general? I know the Cowboy Nation want to hear your thoughts, brother.
Well, first and foremost, that first week, you guys recall when we got into the red zone, money zone, green zone, there was a situation whereas the pundits, the critics was talking about Parsons. Remember, he was supposed to get off D-Law. He rushed downhill, and he's supposed to switch off to the tight end. But Gronkowski pretty much still found that open way, and they scored a touchdown off of it. And that was like the rookie, hey, wake up moment for Parsons, right?
Right.
And everybody was giving Parsons that flack right there. I think that we have a different approach to that game, week 1, and I think that they would necessarily send the house on Tom Brady. I think that if you get pressure from the inside on Tom, he will crumble and fold up like a cheap suit or a wallet. That's what you got to do, unfortunately. Right. But here's the thing. What the game that I'm really circling on my calendar is week 2. You got big La'el Collins that's going to be there, right?
Yeah, fact.
He's supposed to protect that particular quarterback. You got Chase that's going to be on the outside. What better way to test Diggs against Chase, one of the better wide receivers out there, out the jumps. And then you got Joe Mixon. Keep in mind, these are fresh running backs. So you're going to have to stop the run and ultimately stop Joe Burrows week 2. And that should be a game that everybody, mama, uncle, cousin, Tupac, and Biggie climbing out of the grave ready to see. Week 2 is going to be bonanzas.
So week 2 is the game that you flagging. I tell you, the game that I'm flagging, that's a real good game too to flag. That's just, because that's going to be a messy game. Like, you know, it's going to be full of drama, right? And comparisons, and it's going to be a lot of Cowboy fans. I can't wait till we play the champions. I want to see us up against the champs, the Rams.
Oh, wow. October the 9th.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to see that game because me and you on the final word with Big Game James and the OC, we've been going back and forth on which offseason strategy is the best. Is it the Rams' way of building or is it the Cowboys? What better way to test the philosophy of this debate by going head up with them? What's your thoughts on that?
Oh, my goodness. Man, you on the money with it, bro. Oh, my gosh. The philosophy, because you know Bobby going to be there, right? Bobby and them.
Yeah.
And who else they went and got? They went and got somebody else this offseason. I forgot the name of the player, but that's okay. They got Bobby. So we're going to be looking at this thing, Cowboy Nation, and saying, can he stop the run?
Right.
Because we're going to try to run it on Big Aaron Donald. We're going to try to run it on Sean Robinson and all of those boys. And if we, I ain't going to say the word if, because I can't stand the Rams. When we beat the Rams, the four corners of the universe will be ready to anoint the Cowboys as the team to beat in the NFC. Because that the team, there's two teams on that list. I know the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they are the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But dog it, those Rams and those funky Packers, those are the teams that we must beat in the regular season to staple the mindset of this team and organization and franchise if you're really about that action, if you're really about that business. Those are the two teams. I don't give two tears in the bucket about the teams in our division. I care everything about those two teams.
Right.
In my opinion, you beat them, that sends a direct message that we are nobody to play against or with.
Yeah. And let me jump in real quick with you on one more thing, big dog.
No doubt.
Because, and I just wanted to get your thoughts on this, man. Because to your point, an excellent point, we have developed a healthy expectation to win this division. We would be foolish to think we should not at this point when you look at Dak Prescott's track record with our division. We need staple wins, bro. We need like that's what we lacked last year. The OC was preaching it from the roof last year, but we was kind of but now the OC was right. We need staple wins. We need the Bengals. We need the Rams. What's your thoughts on that, man?
Oh, you talking about like those marquee wins, those marquee games? Yeah, I truly believe that you're right on the money. And I get it, you know, if we beat a certain team that's a playoff caliber team, a lot of people can say, hey, now should you get the cookie? No. It don't mean anything unless you win it in the playoff. I get that part. But the Cowboys been scrutinized and brutalized with the strength of schedule. We have the lowest strength of schedule. We play the NFC least and all of these things, right?
Right.
Well, dog it, at some point, Dak Prescott being 26-6, I believe, something like that in the NFC East is not good enough, right, for the pundits and the critics. And I'm not saying you play this game for that, but there's a proverbial monkey that's on his back that can you win when it really counts. And I'm not saying that it's all on the onus is all on only on Dak Prescott, but dog it, it's time out. So it's time to step into the ring and be the team that everybody look up to and say, hey, man, the Dallas Cowboys, that defense is coming. And even though you think that this offense is bland, baby, they got the 12 look and they got two running backs that's explosive that can hit you out of the backfield. You better be very careful with those Dallas Cowboys. And yes, I do agree. We need that marquee game to win it.
Yeah, and Law, man, as you've been kind of doing your thing, I was able to get you built. Whoo, man. Ooh, man, I was able to get my dog Law built. God, dog. Now we got a little bit of a fresh production up in this mug, man.
What, man?
Right, but my boy Law,
on the fly.
You, hey, but this is what we do, man. We multitask. I swear to God. I swear to God, that's what we do. So let me just look back at the schedule real quick. And so we talked about, and I'm going to just kind of make us smaller real quick. We talked about, you know, obviously the signature wins. So we talked about Cincinnati. We talked about the Rams. Are there any teams that we should be really kind of not sleeping on, right? Because we all do this. We all go, through the schedule and say W's, L's, WLs.
Right.
What team is the team that could sneak up on us and kind of give us what Denver did last year? Because Denver snuck up on us.
Right, they did. They punched us in the jaw and left us with the raggedy tooth.
Yeah. So who is that team in 2022?
You see that team down there? It says October the 30th.
All right, let me see.
Chicago Bears. Why? How long would you say Chicago? Where it goes all the way back to personnel groupings. If anybody know Dak Prescott really well, is Matt. What's his name? What's the coach name there? Eberflus.
Yeah.
Eberflus. Is his name Matt Eberflus or is it Bart or something? Matt. It's Matt Eberflus, right?
Yeah.
If anybody know Dak Prescott, will be that guy.
Yeah.
And last time we played against the Colts, we was on a roll, and then he was like, I got the blueprint to the Dallas Cowboys. I know exactly what to showcase to them. That defense can't stop the run. And at the time, everybody, mama, uncle, cousin, was trying to keep up with the Cowboys on points, right? But Flus, who was the defensive coordinator for the Colts at that time, he said, okay, their weakness is in the middle. And Marlon Mack, I believe that's his name, looked like the reincarnation or the second coming of all of the great running backs. And they kept running and they kept running. The Cowboys were held to no points in that game. I think they even had Jameis Olawale, who had the touchdown, who dropped it. And we went for a field goal kick and we missed it. It was terrible.
Man, you and your
That's the game
today. God damn.
Appreciate you, man.
That boy Law, man. Say, I see
Chicago
you on the
Bears.
say, man, this boy Law is an almanac today. And I was able to build the Law Nation screen, man. It's going down today. Woo, man, I'm telling you. All right, so we got everything built now to keep everything first class like we do with the final word. The only bad thing is not branded final word. It's Boss Cowboy Sports everywhere, but it's okay. Ain't nobody tripping off that. But yeah, man, so let me look back at this schedule because obviously this is a big day. It's a couple of teams that I would really want us to get like epic just to show out on. Sadly, a lot of people ain't gonna feel me, but it's them Texans, bro. Ooh, I can't.
Eastside Harold, where you at, man? I think he's somewhere in the chat. Eastside Harold.
I don't know how he doing it, but he likely in your chat and my chat. So it's just one of them things, man. I see, cause I lived in Houston.
Oh wow, yeah.
And so that's the deal. See, Eastside, all of us know Eastside. Can you imagine running into thousands of Eastsides? That whole city like that, bro.
Oh wow.
Yeah, weirdo.
Even around Sugar Land, you know.
Everything in Houston hate Dallas.
Wow, I never knew.
Yeah, and see, we not like that to them, Law. We not, right?
Right.
As Texas people, we say, y'all in the AFC, you know, as long as y'all not playing us, we rooting for you. No, they not like that. No, they are putting on every jersey possible. So the Houston Texans is the team that I got circled. What team would you have circled? And like, I want to see in the chat, who do y'all have circled? You know, that on this list. I want to see from the chat, Law's chat and our chat, who do you have circled? That's what I want to know. Who you got circled, Law?
But you know what? That Tennessee game, I would think that it would be more meaningful if it was earlier, because I'm just thinking that this team will be resting by that time, and I hope we still play all the way through the echoes of the whistle. But the Tennessee, I'm from Mississippi. And there are a lot of Cowboy fans in Tennessee. So that game right there, shoot, Natasha, she's somewhere in the chat. Shoot, that game gonna be off the chain, man. Shoot.
Oh, that game? So that's a game that's like a secret hate game too.
It's like a hate game as well, yeah.
Yeah, because I'm seeing all kind of different answers. Because see, that's how you know we a worldwide team, bro. I'm seeing Cincinnati, Jacksonville, Indy, Jags, Houston. It's because everybody got their own. Oh, most people saying Green Bay though. I'm seeing Green Bay the most. What you seeing over at your channel?
I mean, everybody, mama, uncle, cousin talking about Green Bay. You know, Green Bay. They talking about Green Bay.
Yeah, that's the one, man.
Yeah.
That is the
everybody.
one. So, now, I heard some encouraging news.
What's that?
About Green Bay that I really didn't think about until I started talking to some people in the barbershop. Obviously, don't have Adams, so they took a major reduction on offense. And, you know, they did get way better, in my opinion, on defense, though.
Oh, yeah.
So, I can't wait to that dogfight. I think that's going to be a revenge game for McCarthy.
Well, they do got a guy that can take the top off, right? Christian Watson. You know, they do have him, and I'm quite sure, I forgot who they got on defense. Did they get Lloyd? Y'all help me out, or who all they got on the defense? I know they got
Wyatt.
Devontae Wyatt, right?
I'm going to look it up, but go ahead real quick.
Yeah. But just thinking of Aaron Rodgers with Adam Lazard, I think that's how you say his name, and then you have Christian Watson on the other side. It's going to be a situation whereas you hope. Well, what week we play them week 10, right?
All right, let me go back to it.
Yeah, I think we played the Green Bay week 10.
Yep, Sunday, November 13th, week 10.
His growing pains will be over with by that time frame, and they should be on the same page. But I'm not worried. I don't want – now, here's my truths. I don't want my guy Diggs on Christian Watson. I don't want him on him. But I would like for my guy Diggs to be on the other wide receiver. And I think that we can give him a run for their money. They got Quay Walker. That's the other guy.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It was no. Sky didn't go to Green Bay. Sky went to Kansas City, right?
Sky Moore.
Scott Moore, he went to Kansas City, didn't he?
Yeah. You right. No, you was right. Christian Watson. That was
I'm reading my chat.
Yeah. Somebody in your chat got that wrong. You was dead right on that. My boy say, boss, can you get coach in this talk? Yeah. I mean, you got to hold your phone up right, though, coach, because the last time we tried to put you in there, you wasn't holding your phone up right. And I just built everything as we was doing it. So give me 1 second. So, but yeah, so I'm looking at Green Bay. The pick, to me, that was a real good pick for them, is Devontae Wyatt. I think that was a super sleeper out of all the people that they got. I think that's a very good pick. Because in big games, to me, in my opinion, with my eyes, he played better than Jordan Davis.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's quick, man, and he's so quick off his release, and he come with power. Now, if the Cowboys would have picked him up, of course, they would have mentioned the off-the-field situation. Yeah. And I'm waiting. I'm not trying to pivot right now, but I'm waiting on the local media and everybody else, mama, uncle, cousin, to talk about the Jerry Jeudy situation, by him getting arrested and everything for domestic violence, and you got mug shots of him, and I'm still waiting on seeing the mug shot aspect of that with Ezekiel Elliott. You don't see it in the arrest report, and I y'all know I love Alabama, right? Roll Tide, but fair is fair, and I'm not saying that the guy should get castrated live or what have you on TV, but I want that same energy, and I'm gonna be paying close attention to the beat writers in that location, at that Denver, Colorado, and I want to see whether or not they're gonna raise a poll. Why is he still on his team? Because it's quite strange to me that every day I turn it up on the Twitter, I'm seeing questionings about why a certain player is on our team still. And I'm not saying that whatever he did, domestic violence, what have you, is more egregious than murder. But come on, man. A spade is a spade at this point.
Facts, bro. And it's sad. And see, you one of the only few podcasters that really calls for that type of justice consistently. I watch your content, and that's one thing that you do, and it just really shows you that we are not gonna ever be treated fairly. It's just not gonna happen. It's just a wish list, because I was saying this yesterday on the Freestyle show. Mm-hmm. It's so many Eastside Heralds in this earth that they make so much money pandering. You know what I mean? They pander to the haters that it's
Right.
not even about if it's factual, if it's newsworthy, if it don't matter. We just want to spin whatever it is into a negative. And I just
Right.
appreciate the fact that you be beating that drum. But honestly, bro, we not gonna see no justice on this. We not.
Right,
We're not gonna see
right.
equal justice on representation of other players and their allegations and sins. Cause see,
Yeah.
one of the things that was sick to me is from the accusations of what happened with Boss Man. You was even seeing our local media calling
Yeah.
for his job, like, I'm not a fan no more.
Mm-hmm. Like, come on. Like, I get it. Like, what he did was we don't know. I wasn't there in the car. Right?
I wasn't.
And I tell you this, the lawyer put him in place of the scene was them giving them forthright and honesty, right? Saying, hey, my client was there at the scene, and transactional immunity, who knows? You know, what was discussed on what could be said to free and clear up him as it relates to his involvement of that situation. And I'm not finna open up Pandora's box by going over every fine line of it, but you guys get what I'm saying, that like, hey, hold Jerry Judy to that same degree. Hold Jerry Judy to that same degree, because he could have punched a man in his eye socket or what have you, or whatever the female, whatever domestic violence it is, and 3 weeks from now they can pass out dead for some type of unknown circumstances, right?
Facts. Yeah, man. And it's just what it is. Now, real quick, before we
Talk to
kind
me, man.
of, you know, keep freestyling, because we all freestyling right now.
Yeah, we are.
We straight freestyling, but I just want to kind of get everybody on the same page real quick. You got people watching from Law Page. You got people watching from my channel. Now, all of us are fed off the same things as you watching, right? Y'all watching us from different locations. The one thing that y'all should do, as y'all just kind of sitting here watching us go back and forth on this schedule, is just right to hit the like. We get it. We get it. We really do get it. Sometimes you can be very busy, right? You eating food, right? You drinking your beer. You got your feet kicked up, all of that. And you will straight up forget, as you just watching us, to do the one simple thing that pushes his content up and my content up.
Hit that like, boy.
Hit that like. Just do that real quick. And if you do that, even if you don't throw no dollars at us, which we do want you to do, we do that as you just sitting here. Go to his channel, hit the like. Go to my channel, hit the like. That's what keep us in quality rotation. That's just how the machine work. But yeah, go ahead, Law.
No, man. You right on the money with everything. Look, this schedule, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna dissect these games a little bit further before I give my final record prediction.
Yeah.
And normally we do an NFC East roundtable with me, Lord Bronson, Bad Dog, as well as Louis T Network. We do a actual deal. And they laughed at me last year when I said the Cowboys gonna lose the first game, and then we're gonna go on this run. And for dog it, I was right. I was right. And I'm not the type of person to beat on my chest and say, hey, Law, hey, everybody, I'm right. You know, Law is right. I'm the type of guy, I'll sit back and I just like to watch this thing unfold. I believe that this team collectively will be better than what they were last year.
I'm starting to believe that.
I know it's far-fetched.
No, it's not far-fetched, bro.
It's far-fetched to imagine it.
Oh, yeah.
That's to imagine it. You know?
Yeah. But I'm starting to drink the Kool-Aid, Law.
Uh-oh! What?
Yeah.
What?
Say it ain't so. Say it ain't so. Yeah. I'm joining. I'm going to clap for myself, too.
That boy good.
Yeah. I'm starting to. Like, I really am. And it's because, first of all, me and you and Big Game James, and I know Scott doing it too, we are doing a good job of calling out the real problems with the Dallas Cowboys. And I know our voice carry, especially when we come together.
Yeah.
Like when we come together on that final word, it's no better echo It's no better echo than when we together. And I think when we join forces the way that we've been doing to put the solutions out there, we've been seeing that a lot of people are following us. So I first think things will go get implemented. But to your second point, I think in terms of talent, we are real close to where we were. Real close. When you look at the edge rushers with Sam, right?
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
I mean, you the one that been on the Kool-Aid, so break down why I had to actually come over to you, big dog, when it come down to having the optimism based on the talent.
Right. And this is not blind optimism, Cowboy Nation. These are actually me looking at the film, and I'm saying, okay, I have to look at this not as an isolated pick. Did I really wanted D. Williams or Sam Williams at that second round pick? No. I thought that for sure that he was going to go in the third. But I had to look at it from the Cowboys' view of things, and this dude runs a 4.4 40, right? And you're going to put him on the edge. And when he was playing, dare I say, at Ole Miss, he didn't have anybody like a D-Law on that line. Excuse me, he didn't have a Parsons behind him.
That's it.
He didn't have none of these guys. He didn't have a Diggs in the backfield. He didn't have even to the kind of caliber of a player like a Jordan Lewis.
Right.
So all he had was him. And he was the guy that was making plays. He was the guy that made Evan Neal, who was a good offensive lineman, hit air. He was the guy that Charles Cross, right? Made him jump. He was the guy that made all of those moves happen. I'm doing it on the fly, baby, with 12.5 sacks. And I would get it if it was somewhere else, but this was the SEC. So now you got Dan Quinn, the sactician man, that's going to be able to put his hands. Hold
on. I got to show you when you doing that, big dog.
Well, you got to put his hands. He's going to put his hands on Sam Williams, and you can just pour the Kool-Aid if you have the Kool-Aid built in. He could put his hands on Dan. Dan Quinn is going to put his hands.
I'll find some Kool-Aid.
I'm going to see if I can shake. I'm just going to keep shaking until you find that Kool-Aid.
Keep shaking. No, hold on. Let me give you another angle.
I'm okay. Don't y'all call 911. Law's not shaking because he's having a panic attack. But that's what the Cowboys are going to do to the opposition. They're going to shake and shake it, and they're going to make them drop it like it's hot because he's going to shake it.
I keep shaking,
with that
dog.
Kool-Aid. I'm shaking,
bro.
dog.
I got to keep shaking.
I'm trying to shake, man. That shake wake over here,
hold
baby.
on, bro. Don't fall off. I got it coming, dog. I got it.
Wait a minute.
Keep shaking, dog.
I was committed to it earlier. Now I'm ready to stop. But I'm going to tell you.
No, stay committed for one more second.
I'm staying committed, though.
There it is.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, open wide. Because it's Thursday. Yeah.
Hey man, give y'all boy.
When he's shaking around on him.
Say, man, that boy Law put
shaking around on him.
Say, but listen, give me some.
Yeah.
Give me some. And see, this is why, and somebody said, and I know you right on this, somebody said this, they said, don't say that to big negative James about the Kool-Aid. No, we already had this conversation. We did. And guess what? If y'all remember, it was 2 weeks ago from the final words that he said if we started off like we did last year, where we 6-1, he gonna start taking a little bit of a sip.
Right.
Wins cure everything.
And we need big game James to be that person.
The balance.
That they can hit you in the face and say, because nobody want to. Look, I'm gonna get 100% to y'all. And none of y'all want to hear me say the Cowboys are going undefeated. We're gonna win every game. We're gonna whoop names and take 9. Come on, man. I'm objective as possible, right?
Yeah.
Well, look, there's an L somewhere in there.
Yoga fire.
There's
Yoga
an L.
flame.
Pull that schedule up for me one more time.
I got you, big dog. There it is.
Let me see that when that schedule pull up. There's an L somewhere in there.
Right.
It's somewhere in there, and I would prefer
L's.
Unexpected L. I prefer to get hit in the jaw real early. I think that, I don't know if I was talking to you or I was talking to my brother, the twin maker. And I was telling him about Yugas. I said, man, he done rock. He done rock your boy, EJ. He done rocked him.
Yeah.
Rock with me tonight. He rocked him for old time's sake. He rocked him. And I said, wow. But what happened after he done rocked? Yugas rocked him, and I promise you, Yugas still recovering. The body snatcher done snatch his body, boss.
Right.
He still. They said that Yugas still can't see. but
Yoga fire.
But
Yoga
he got rocked.
flame.
He got rocked, and so I want the Cowboys to get rocked somewhere in there. You know.
Yeah. And see, this is what I love. People know the spirit of Big Game James. This is what Coach Morris said. He said Big is a great Cowboy fan, and he is real. And that's why it's a good balance to what Law said. Is you need people like Big. He basically saying y'all not gonna fool me again. That's what he's saying. So you got people like me and Law, and all we trying to do is measure the Kool-Aid. That's all we trying to do. And when we see the good, I'm not gonna say it's not good. You know what I'm saying?
But before you get to your point, sometime when you see Auntie with that big elbow, and she said, "Baby, I'm finna make that Kool-Aid."
Yeah, big elbow.
Right? She said she with the big old, it just wobbling, and you like, man, there's a lot of sucrose in that Kool-Aid, but I know for sure it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. There's some people that say, man, look, you hyping Big Mama up, man. You hyping Auntie up. That Kool-Aid ain't gonna be that good. And what, she mixing two different flavors at the same time? Ain't no way. Well, she putting agave in there. Who put agave? Well, man, give me some of that great value sugar, the Domino kind. But no, she putting agave. She putting a little lemon in there. So you sitting there like, man, that Kool-Aid is not gonna taste good. And then Big Mama go get a Sprite, and she pouring that in there. You're like, oh, wait a minute. She putting Sprite and Kool-Aid? Hold on, what's going on? What she making? It's going to be terrible. And that person that's yelling, that's Big Gabe James.
Yeah. Ooh, man, hold on real quick.
Finish him.
You know what I'm saying? That is the homie. Yeah.
And the whole time what I'm doing, I got me some hit that I'm putting off in there. I'm spiking the Kool-Aid. I'm saying, yeah, y'all gonna enjoy it. Just take it. Nah, man, I ain't gonna take it. Then when you take it, you be like, yeah, man, that Kool-Aid right there.
That's a good Kool-Aid. And listen, man, and see, my boy, listen, cause that's all we want to do. We want to get the taste out of San. We want to get the taste of San Fran out of our mouths, man. That's the honest to God truth, man. That's why I feel D Block. D Block said, if we start out 2-0, I'm drinking.
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna serve it to you. Me and Boss gonna serve it right to you. Hey, low key, you know the guy that looked like the name that's about his name?
D Block.
That joker looked just like his. He looked just like his name.
D
from the block.
But D Block look like he'll knock you out with one. Just all he need is one. If he hits you, you out. That's what D Block look like. He ain't even got no neck. You know what I mean?
It's just the chain sitting on his chest. You
know what I'm saying? My boy D Block, man, dog, look like
what
man.
Neck?
Man, what neck? Say. He look like he do these all day in the gym. You know the neck exercise, man.
What y'all said about that Kool-Aid? D-Block look like talk like this. What y'all said about that Kool-Aid?
What y'all say? No, but he right though.
Be good.
D-Block right though. That 2-0 would be like a 4-0.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. But what we got to do is we got to be like cautious. Like if we start off 2-0.
Yeah.
And September the 26th roll around. And this is a whole different philosophy now. That's a whole different team.
Facts.
If one thing you look at the Bills, they play hard. And I have not forgot. Lord, don't forget. I'm looking for revenge, what they did to us on Turkey Day a couple of years ago.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Oh, no. I didn't forget about that.
Man, Law is in his encyclopedia bag today.
I'm like D-Block.
Man, I see you, boy. Say, man, I see you. I thought I had the memory. No, sir. That boy Law is. Man. That's the one right there. That's the one. That's the one. That's the one. That's the one right there. Hey, my boy D Block say, "Stop, bro. My wife cracking up. We just telling the truth, bro. My boy D. We know what exercises you do, bro. In the gym. You do the neck exercise all day. My boy D Block ain't got no neck.
I bet his wife laughing like this. Stop laughing.
So, see, D Block one of them dudes. You see D Block, but you be like, God damn, bro. Say, man.
No, they be trying to rag people with wearing shades on the inside. Nah, they ain't gonna never. Hey, D Block wearing shades on the inside. Nah, let them wear them, dog. They don't say nothing to him.
Nah, they ain't saying nothing.
D Block don't got no facial hair. They don't say nothing to D Block.
No, they ain't got nothing to say to D. But I tell you, man, like with this schedule being now, I'm gonna be all the way honest. This schedule is not too intimidating. It start kind of hot. It does. It start with some
Yoga fire.
It does. It got some heat out the gate, but then right after LA, it loses some steam. So can I say this, Law? Just looking at the schedule, it could be bumpy in the front end, but I see some run opportunities. You know what I mean? I see if it's bumpy in the beginning. So let's say, let's just say at worst we start off 0-2. I see us coming out of the fourth game 2-2, right? It could get bumpy against LA, and then we can be riding 8-8 kind of schedule up into Philly. But then I can see us getting on track from week 6 to week 8. Can you see that? You know what I mean? If that. I'm just guessing in terms of and assuming health, and then I can see another run between week 11 and 13. Well, 14, because we go whoop them Texans. They just a joke. You know what I mean? So the run, and Jacksonville. So the run where we should be able to have some confidence, even if it start bumpy, to me, it's gonna be week 11 to week 15. What's your thoughts on that?
Well, let me pull up one little stat right quick. I'm gonna pull it up right quick. Let me see where they were ranked.
Matter of fact, all right, week 11 to week 16. That's the money run right there. To me,
it's the money run.
That's the money run.
Now I do like that because it's in favor of the run that we can possibly do. But if you stroll back down, like all right, up until you get to Green Bay, one can argue even Minnesota. All of those teams are defensive-minded teams. Think about it. Tampa Bay, defensive team. Cincinnati, a stingy type of defense. You know, opportunistic type of defense. You saw what they did to Pat Mahomes in the second half of that playoff game, right? Right. So I'm quite sure they're going to roll out the same plan. The New York Giants last season were ranked 25th in defense, but the year before they was the 10th ranked defense. So now we got to sit here and say to ourselves, are they going to jump back to that top tier defense, or are they going to remain being that suspect defense? Washington Commanders. They're a sneaky good defensive team. They just and they got a defensive-minded coach. The Rams, #1 defense in the NFL last year, right? Right. And the calling card for the Philadelphia Eagles on week 6, you got to say to yourself, all right, that team calling card was the defense, right? When they ran the ball properly. And Detroit, you know, that team is a team that looks to get back on defense, right? That's why they drafted defense in the first round. That's why they look to bring forth more defensive guys. So I think that that's a defensive-minded team. We all know that Chicago, they can spoil the war for all of us if they showcase what the Cowboys can and can't do on the offensive side. Because if anybody know Kellen Moore and as well as Dak Prescott is Matt Eberflus. So Chicago, that's going to be a question mark game there. And Green Bay, they were the 3rd ranked team in defense last year. And all what you just talked about, they got Wyatt. They could be better on defense, right? Man. So it goes to show you that it's going to be our team against those defensive-minded teams. And, of course, Minnesota is Minnesota. So we'll find out, man, as far as the defensive aspect and what we can do against those type of teams.
Man, y'all give Law a hand, man.
Appreciate it, man.
I just love it when these boys come in off the cuff and they just an almanac. You in your bag today, big dog.
Yeah, it just hit me, man.
God dang,
Just
man,
today, man, the moon is parallel to my thoughts right now.
Not saying that you don't always come like this, but man, you are a encyclopedia today.
Yoga
I see
fire.
you, big dog.
Yoga
All right.
flame.
Now, real quick, a couple of chats I think are good topics that just came from the chat. Good voices on this. D.A. Lee said, if we are 3-6 or 4-5 at the bye, do you fire McCarthy? That's one good comment. I want us to take both of these. Then it's another one that said, boss, I'll make the Kool-Aid if we start 2-0, but won't drink until December. Let's take both of those real quick. So if we 3-6,
yeah, go ahead.
if we 3-6, do they fire McCarthy?
3-6. Pull up the schedule again. Let's pull up the schedule again. So we 3-6.
Yep.
Who were we losing the 6 games to?
Good question.
Yeah.
That's a
Okay,
lot
where
of
you see
games.
that L? That's a lot of games.
Man, I
That's
don't see that,
3-6. That's round week what? We right at week what?
That would be week 10.
Week 10. 3-6. That means we had to lose to the Rams,
Yep.
the
Tampa,
Cincinnati.
Cincinnati. Then that means we had some major upsets. I mean, some fumbles.
You got to have some major upsets at this
Major.
time.
Philly knocked us off. That ain't gonna happen.
They got a hard look at that.
That ain't gonna happen, man. The only way that's gonna happen is Dak ankles gonna have to both go like this. I'm telling you.
Go, man, come on. Let's knock on some wood. What about wood?
That's the only way, bro. That is not gonna happen.
If that happens.
Yeah, I don't see it. The schedule don't say 3-6. But if we go play the hypothetical game, I could see it.
Yeah, you have to
I can
fight.
see it.
Look, but how are we losing? Will it be on the defensive side clearly,
Right.
or will it be on the offensive side? So
Well said, Law.
Yoga fire.
Why?
Yoga
Are we losing?
flame.
if I be
Right.
losing,
Was it injuries? Right. Was we plagued with something that was it COVID-20? You know what I mean?
right?
Like, you know. So he also said 4-5. To be honest, if we 4-5, you ride the ship out with Mike McCarthy.
Yeah, because you can somehow pull it through.
He finished strong.
Yeah.
He historically finishes strong. He has a major winning record historically in December. So because it's him, if we started out 4-5, we ride it out.
Yeah. And on top of that, I believe the year the Giants won the Super Bowl in 2007, they started off real rocky.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
In 1 year, shoot, the year that the Green Bay won the Super Bowl, right? Y'all go back and watch that Mike McCarthy year that he won the Super Bowl. I think they entered in through via the wild card or something like that. I could be off, but I don't think that it was like he was just whooping everybody's tail that year.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Yeah,
can't
he got me
remember. I know
thinking.
that was 2018. I
that's
don't
a
feel like
long
going back
time.
in history, man. But I say this to Coach Marv's question, where he said, if we start off 2-0, I'm gonna make the Kool-Aid, but I'm not gonna drink it until December.
He gonna be like this, man. When we start winning, he gonna be looking at that
gonna
Kool-Aid. He gonna be like,
He gonna sip.
he gonna
that
wait
thing.
there. We gonna wait till all the
He
sleep.
gonna sip. He
gonna be like-
Coach Ball. Coach Ball talking tough right now. I
He
know
gonna
he
take
gonna
a sip of.
Yeah, I know he gonna sip it. He gonna sip it, man. Ain't no way he ain't gonna take a sip.
Hey, you remember Golden Child?
Yeah, I remember.
Golden
yeah,
Child. I want the knife,
please.
please. And he said, your heart must be pure as the water, you know. And he thought about pouring the water out, and he saw that it flame. He had to.
And see, Coach Marv, he say McCarthy finished strong because the NFC North boss. He also finished strong here when Dak was injured.
Yep.
When Dak was injured, we closed out strong in December. Yes, we did. Yes,
You're
we
right,
did.
because we finished that year 6-10. But what everybody was saying, and I remember bringing this point up, guess who was 7th in takeaways that year?
Dallas.
Yeah. And Dallas never had that many interceptions, even though he had his buddy Mike Nolan as defensive coordinator. Something changed. I was like, man, Dallas getting interceptions, they're getting fumbles, they flying out to the ball. It was changing such as a fast rate that I was willing to go back and watch my videos. I'm not afraid to fall on the knife. You just don't shank me with the butter knife.
Facts.
I was willing to say, hey, give Mike Nolan one more year. Hit me with that. Boom, 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 boom. You hit me with that. I was like, I would fall on the sword because I was like, man, we getting turnovers and takeaways all of a sudden at the latter part of the year. And I said continuity and rapport is something that they need to have in the Cowboys. So let's bring them back for one more year. But, of course, Dan Quinn on the open market, that trumps all of that, baby.
Yeah, I like this coming too, man, because we getting some fire stuff that's kind of fueling this conversation, man. Some good voices right now. My boy Cole's Cowboy say, and we contemplating if we go still have a debate with Philly, we not too sure. But good comment right here. He said, our December games are very winnable. I feel like we can finish strong. I just want us to be playoff ready.
Yeah. And to this point, and I'm going to bring this up, for the course of the years, we've been rooting for the Cowboys in the mid-2020s, in the mid-2010 seasons. Who was Mr. November? Can you remember who was Mr. November?
Oh, man, trivia?
Yeah, who was Mr. November? I'm going to see if somebody going to put it in the chat. Because Tony Romo was Mr. November.
Oh, okay.
We used to win a lot of games in November, and then December showed up around, and then we disappeared. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Good point. Yeah. So what we need to do now, and I know that's a whole different coaching regime and coaching era, or what have you. But what we need to do now, finish strong in November and December, get this momentum going all the way into January and keep it moving. So yeah, if Coach Marv is gonna let that Kool-Aid, he fix it, just put it in the deep freezer. And I'm gonna spike it just a little bit. But right around November, we're gonna keep that Kool-Aid there. And December, we're gonna let it unthaw out. And it's gonna be powerful.
Well said. I know it's early and I shouldn't be saying this. I shouldn't be saying it this early, but I see 12-5 at worst. Just being honest. Just being honest. I see 12-5 at worst. No, let me say this: 11-6 at worst. 11-6 at worst. I see us having a decent season. This is why I can stand on that too. When is Dak not had a winning season healthy?
Never.
Dak healthy?
Never. Yeah.
So I think Kool-Aid depends on also when you drink it. So I see y'all putting in the chat your predictions. Go ahead, everybody predict it right now. Just predict it. We ain't gonna hold you to it. We know this is the first day. We know this is preliminary. None of us has really had time to digest this slowly. But just this is the preliminary vote. What's y'all thoughts on it while Law getting ready to give his thoughts?
Well, this is what I said last year, and you kind of jumped to it right then. 12-5 is our floor now. And like you said, anything short of 12-5 and no playoff victory is considered an L for us, right? So 12-5 last season, that was remarkable. But I come here to tell y'all beautiful people that those years we went 8-8, 8-8. Of course, you can't go 8-8 anymore, but that wasn't under this regime. And I think that just by this much, I think that Mike McCarthy is that much more prepared than Jason Garrett. But Dan Quinn,
Yoga fire.
He's literally done changed this team from thinking this was good to this being good. Think about it. We are saying, literally banging on the table, saying that Parsons have generational talent enough to open up our heart, soul, and mind to it, and forgetting about 11 interceptions. 11 interceptions that Trayvon Diggs had last season. And keep in mind the 3 interceptions that both Anthony Brown and Jordan Lewis had would have been statue worthy 4 years ago, 3 years ago.
Man.
We would have been like, man, this dude got 3 interceptions. We're going to put a statue out there right beside Sky Mirror because this dude is getting turnovers. We couldn't buy a turnover.
Right. These boys going off on these votes, man. It's a lot of double-digit wins up in here, Law. It's a lot of people, man. But it's nothing wrong with drinking regular season Kool-Aid, man.
Yeah.
It's the playoff Kool-Aid we got to be cautious of. But regular season Kool-Aid, man, give me a cup. I ain't scared to drink that. What the hell wrong with y'all? Man, I'm drinking the hell out that Kool-Aid, man.
Those cubes of ice are spiked, man. I'm telling you, if you go look at that image again, those cubes, I spiked those cubes, man. With tequila, and rum and everything.
We went 6-0 in our division, and I'm scared to take a sip. San Fran whooped us that bad? They just beat us by 1 touchdown. I thought we act like we got blew out of something.
Right.
You know? So I think we do got to separate playoff from the regular season. You know what I'm saying? And what came out today was the regular season schedule. You know what I mean? So I feel good. I feel real good.
Yeah.
One of my boys said, Special K said, I need to see our starting lineup first. Unless you're in a hurry, you want to talk about that real quick? I think that's a good topic.
I mean, I got nothing but time. I done got my honey-do list out the way for all 3 of my ladies that's over here. So yeah, I'm good. You know. So
let's talk about these starting
lineups.
Lineups. All right. So you know, and we freestyling. This is this is y'all running the show right now. We getting our topics from y'all. So check this, man. What questions on the starting lineup is there? Like, I see maybe some question marks at linebacker, right? I see some question marks at left guard, but is it? They gonna start that. They gonna start Tyler at left guard. We know that.
Look. Put it like this: did they throw Connor Williams out there? What round was Connor Williams drafted in? Did they just throw him out there and say, hey, go make it happen? And excuse me, did Connor Williams was a starting left tackle while he was in college too? Yeah. So throw Tyler Smith out there. Yeah, and I promise you, throw him out there. Look, you can read a book all day. Go like this, go like that, go like this, go like that in order to swim. You can read that thing cover to cover. You can be an expert analysis on knowing how to swim. But baby, until you get into that water, it don't mean a hill of beans. So throw big Tyler Smith out there because you already know when you throw that big boy out there.
It's Mr. Nasty time.
Man, say, hold on, let me join you on this button real quick. I got one myself.
Oh, Mr. Nasty time. Take it easy on my back.
You see it. Nah, it's going. No, I see that, Law, without question. And we got a good thought from my boy D.A. Lee. D.A. Lee said receiver. Let's talk about it. Is there any questions at receiver? Tolbert is going to be the man. It's going to be Tolbert, man. It's going to be Tolbert. Like, he got to start. That's just what it is. Yeah. You know?
At this point,
yeah, he got to start. I mean, we can try to say, we got to see how these guys compete. Man, listen, bro. The film ain't no lie. We already know what this dude is. This dude is what he is. He's a dog, bro. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, somebody said send me Foku. See, me and Law already won that debate. So we ain't coming
Yeah.
back to that. But in terms of answering the question of receiver, man, your eyes is not fooling you. We gonna have a solid CeeDee Lamb at the number 1 without question.
Right.
That's gonna happen. And we gonna have a solid number 2 in Jalen Tolbert. And then James Washington is gonna be the number 3. That's just what it's gonna be. And that's good enough for Dak, in my opinion.
It's good enough.
This is not receiver committee that was in 2018. That was a real bad receiver by committee. And somebody said Tolbert over James Washington. Yes, bro. Yes.
James Washington, he's going to have to earn his ground out there, and on top of that, build that relationship and chemistry. Here's the thing. I know people go back to 2018. That was the year of the undrafted wide receivers. The only drafted wide receiver that we had on the roster was Michael Gallup. And he was really raw at the time. And if you go back and look at the list and the cast of characters, like Allen Hurns, undrafted, Cole Beasley, undrafted, not to talk about his height. You had Bryce Butler out there, who we eventually picked up in that particular season. I don't think that he had training camp with us, but we kind of lobbied to get him out there. And we had one other wide receiver whose name is at the tip of my tongue. So that philosophy. Thompson, yeah, he was a burner. He was fast.
He 4'3".
He was 4'3", but he was undrafted, right?
And
so that was the year.
That's all he was 4'3".
That's all he was. He dictated his routes and everything. I forgot his first name. I think it was like Deontay or something like that. But we also, believe it or not, boss, we played tight end by committee. You remember that?
Yes, I do.
Swaim and we had Blake Jarwin. So it was, and I think Hannah, he was there for a spell before he got hurt. So it was a mess, Cowboy Nation.
Yeah, it was a mess. So this receiving crew is not that. Yes, we go and miss Amari Cooper. Law and I are not crazy. Yes, we're going to miss Amari Cooper. But can we win without Amari Cooper? Yes.
Hold on. And I think T. Will got injured. That's why he didn't get a chance to be on an opening situation for us in 2018. I could be off, though. But keep going.
He was on that receiver by committee. You're right.
He was. That's
started,
the Mr.
yeah,
Body.
You're right.
Look like you depending on T. Will. Mr. Body. Shout out to T. Will, man. Mr. Body catcher.
And I do feel like, to be honest, I'm just being all the way honest, and this is not unmeasured Kool-Aid. CeeDee Lamb is going to likely make that next step, y'all. I'm telling y'all. Yeah. And see, I'm not, and this is not drunk Kool-Aid I'm drinking. I'm going to have to hit my drop on this, so I just got to. I do. It's a big thing for Boss Cowboy to actually say publicly that he drunk Kool-Aid. Listen, I do not drink Kool-Aid without first measuring.
Yeah.
So, even before I start podcasting, bro, I did a massive study on first round receivers, and I went back to 2012 because I was looking at the first transition when we was trying to sell that first receiver by committee, and I was trying to see what was the chances of a receiver coming in here and being a hero, is what I called it, where a guy you draft is coming in to be the number one guy, right? And I was trying to see the success rate. And I found from my research that the success rate was only around 5% when they came in to be the number one. And when they were successful, they was possession receivers.
Yeah.
The people like CeeDee Lambs failed when you had to come in to be the number one. But then I also looked at what happened when you came in and there was an existing established number one, and they slowly let you gradually build your confidence to that number one. The success rate was opposite. It was a 95% success rate. And when you go look at CeeDee Lamb and you look at his career trajectory, he's ahead of Hopkins. If that don't give you some type of confidence, because CeeDee Lamb, he has some drops, but he ain't no
give it to us.
He ain't no big.
Finish him.
You know what I mean? He ain't no CeeDee Lamb ain't no. You know what I mean? CeeDee Lamb is a dog, man. Like the only thing I would say CeeDee Lamb need to work on this offseason, if there's anything to work on, the jug machine.
Yeah, and let me say this.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna say this real carefully for you guys to understand. You can't compare what CeeDee Lamb do in this system of what Justin Jefferson do in their system. For example, boss, Justin Jefferson had 100. I'm gonna say like my grandfather, may he rest in peace. Not 100, 163 targets. 160. Let that sink in.
Yeah.
163 targets to get 1,616 yards with 10 tubs. Right? And I'm quite sure that Lamb had 8 tubs last season. And let me pull up so I can be fair. And what people do is they forget about Adam Thielen. Adam Thielen had 10 touchdowns last year as well. He's not a slouch. And the thing that the young wide receiver Jamar Chase did over there in that world, they had chemistry since college.
Yeah.
LSU. So that's a whole different equation. And excuse me, T. Higgins is no one to sneeze at. So when people try to make the isolation and say, well, CeeDee Lamb is not Chase nor Justin Jefferson, I wonder what CD would have looked like with 163 targets. CeeDee Lamb was closer to the 63 target than the 100 of what Justin Jefferson got.
Somebody said pull up the targets. I'm going to pull it up. Go ahead, Law.
Yeah, y'all pull it up while my guy doing his research over there, because those are the realities of it. High target ratio give you better opportunities. Now, he had 108 receptions with those 163. And, of course, I'm not saying that Justin Jefferson is a slouch, but let's not forget about Adam Thielen. I'm pulling up his target rate ratio. He's at 86. You got it right there?
I got it right here, man.
Oh, yeah.
Just keep talking real quick, but
Yeah.
I'm going to show it in just 1 second.
Yeah. Yeah. So you guys got to understand that offense is just that references. You might be looking at a whole different platform.
I'm looking at
so how many targets? Yeah.
So Cooper Kupp got 191, bro. Devontae Adams got 169. Deontay Johnson got 169. Justin Jefferson got 167 targets. To me,
so I'm off. Yeah.
The most important thing to look at is the catch percentage.
Ooh, give it to me.
That's what lets you know how often a guy is winning with the targets. So Justin Jefferson is at 64% of his catches when he's targeted. So let me find CeeDee Lamb, and then that's gonna be the fairest comparison. CeeDee Lamb is at 65. So to your point, Law, they right there at the same.
Yeah.
So if you basically, to Law's point, if you increase the targets to Lamb based on the percentages, you go get about the same amount of production.
Mm-hmm.
And listen, I picked Justin Jefferson over CeeDee Lamb coming out.
Yeah.
But the number's not lying neither. You know what I mean? I still say Justin Jefferson better because we actually saw him do it. Yeah. But to Law's point, you do, and Law been preaching the hell out of that the last 4 weeks, is that you got to look at the place and where they're going and do that system aligned to the talent that we acquired.
I like the way you said it, though. The system aligned to the player we acquired. Yeah.
You've been saying it like you got to look at the total sum. How you been saying it, dog?
Don't look at these players as isolated individuals, but look at them how they fit in the system that they go into.
Right. We said the same thing, totally different, man. We need to give ourselves a hand.
I got you right here. Yeah.
So when it comes to Sparta, so when it comes to CeeDee Lamb,
open wide, cause you're Thursday.
Give me some
I need to
juice.
know the lyrics of that one. Yeah.
Give me some juice, dog. And I do want him to tighten up on them concentration drops, though. That was frustrating to me. That was frustrating. I want him to tighten up on that. But other than that, I believe in him for good reason.
I believe in him. Yeah.
And this is not dumb optimism. This is measured, dog. I went back to 2012 and looked at this. Man, I'm cool, bro. I have full confidence that this man gonna do his thing, bro. Give me some. Give me some.
Oh, yeah.
I'm drinking, dog.
You know, I'm gonna find that drop. What he said? Oh yeah, don't he make that?
Oh, the Kool-Aid. That is the drop. Oh,
that is.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna find that drop tonight. You know. Oh yeah.
Drop. Yeah. Kool-Aid drop.
Oh,
that is
he was right on there. Yeah.
No, that's old school, man. Hold on.
Yeah.
My perfect button ain't working. Daggone it.
That's okay, man. It's okay.
I'll hit you with this one, though. That's almost just as good as perfect, man, because you sounded the alarm on that one, man. But
oh, you think darkness is your ally?
Yeah.
Hope I bought that on. So, I mean, you know.
You could not live with your own failure.
Yeah.
Say, oh, man, that's a perfect drop. Perfect drop, because that goes right into what I was going to say. Because I think what's going on, Lau, understandably so, we was all angry after San Fran.
Oh, yeah.
Understandably so. But at some point, if you're trying to fix your marriage, you got to move on, bro. It's okay with saying y'all not gonna fool me, y'all not gonna trick me.
Yeah.
But hey, we still Cowboy fans, man, and hope gotta be eternal.
Yeah.
And I said eternal. I'm not gonna just go to where there's no hope. I don't care that it's been 26 years.
Right.
What you mean? No hope? With all the losses that we had, was all close games in the playoffs. Am I lying?
Shh.
Am I lying?
Look. We lost 3 games and the kicker admitted it. You know, like, if I just make the kicks, we win. You know, so I get it. And we got a guy named Jonathan Garibay. You know, I can't wait to Jonathan Garibay for the win. You know,
right, ooh,
baby,
that's gonna be dope. It's
gonna be crazy, man. I think that this kid, if he just make his kicks, shoot, those 3 games that we supposed to won, shoot. All I'm saying is, man, I'm not blaming the kicker, but just like that, we would have been the number 1 seed, and everyone, of course, we still lost the game at home, but we would have been fresher at the house, right?
Right.
Who knows how that ball can bounce from there? Who knows?
Yeah, and so like, you know, we do recognize that the main problem with the Dallas Cowboys, the main problem is front office and meddling.
Yeah.
We recognize that. But I would be lying to y'all if I said that it was no hope. I would be lying. Because then I really do believe in the Jimmy Johnson philosophy, who said this, and I stand by this. He said this: you will win more games with Jimmys and Joes versus X's and O's. And you can't tell me that we don't be having the Jimmys and Joes year in and year out. Going into next year, I'm going to say this. We better not be doubting Will McClay like we did this year.
Well, his resume this year is going to bring forth all of that, you know. I get it, right? We went 12-5 last year. We didn't win a playoff game. But, man, when you start turning on this tape and you seeing that, like, the mentality aspect of it,
right?
It's about to go crazy. We already gave our starting lineups, right, in every position, right? Did we already do that?
We kind of touched it. We touched the high points. We talked about receiver. And then they had concerns at linebacker. We addressed that. But it's not too many holes, is it?
Week 1, Fowler or D. Williams?
Fowler.
Okay.
With D. Williams getting rotation.
On third down, you just see him moving up in there?
Well, and that's me speaking right now with no preseason, because preseason can change all of that. It's who flashes. But
Right.
I'm going with Fowler, and this is why, Law, because I do believe in restorations of marshals. Right?
Ooh, yeah.
Because
okay.
it happens a lot in our organization. What happened to Quinn when he looked like he fell off a cliff? He got restored,
He came in.
and he got a big bag. What happened to Cobb? Right? He looked like he fell off. He was a Marshals. He got restored. Right? So Dallas does well when they take gambles on guys who had previous greatness. So, and to me, you got to go with the vet. You got to go with the guy who earned him a contract and that's just got united back with Quinn. And because Quinn was also considered a failure in Atlanta, he's considered God in Dallas. So, but you know, the grass is gonna tell the ultimate story, but without the grass, just gut instinct, Fowler.
Yeah, and what Boss is saying, God with the little G, not the big G.
Yeah.
All right.
Little G God.
The little G God.
Yeah, little G God. No blasphemy. I'm just
no
basically
blasphemy.
saying he's super loved. It's a major metaphor and an allegory to say he can do no wrong. Basically.
Right, at this
point.
point.
What I'm
saying? And he earned his right. See, we question. Like I said last on the final word, we question Simi Fehoko playing hybrid, right? Role as his tight end. We question that.
Right.
Because he don't have a proven resume that he can make it work.
Right.
But us saying that Curse and Parsons are going to play hybrid roles, we don't question that.
We don't question
We don't because of the results of taking the 30th ranked defense down to the 12th ranked defense and most of the major categories as it relates to turnovers and on third down defense, number 1.
Facts.
So when we look at the tape and we look at Marquise Bell and we start seeing him out there on the field, we would not question them benching Jordan Lewis or any of those nickel guys, and all of a sudden you seeing Bell inside the slot playing that role close to the LOS, or if you're seeing Hooker being transitioned down to the inside playing that role, and Marquise Bell is on the top of the roof right now, who demonstrated the 4.4 speed. One can argue and say that he ran a 4.3. And now we don't question. Now, everybody, mama, uncle, cousin, Tupac, and Biggie was talking ill will about J-Ron Curse outside of the guy that's talking with me on this show. But we question, why would you go get a J-Ron Curse who been a failure to most people, the eyesight, right, of what he did in Tennessee and what he did also at Minnesota land, right, and what he did for a short stay at Detroit land. This guy been bounced around from team to team. He even had a warm cup of coffee and it got cold in Ravens land. So people question what the hell J-Ron Curse is going to do. But guess what? They're not questioning him now because of the system that he plays in. But break down your philosophy on all of that, what I just said.
Yeah, I mean, well said, Law, from this standpoint, bro. Just think about how we all felt about the defense this time last year. Just pause and think. Just think. What was the overwhelming sentiment from the fans? Our defense was ranked 31st in the league.
Talk to him.
It's hard to be as hopeless as that. People trolled me for drinking early Kool-Aid when I start seeing that 4-3 under come together. And I start seeing how Quinn was putting those pieces together. I start buying into it early because I was seeing the concepts. I was like, this dude is moving in common sense, like I haven't seen. And that's what me and Law was saying early, because a lot of people, because of San Fran, to be honest, they ready to jump off a cliff.
Yeah.
But we really, honestly, just being honest with everybody and saying, slow down. Slow down. It's not time to die. It's not time to throw away your fandom, because we made, and we was, okay, this is the best way I'm gonna say it, Law. I'm sorry I was long-winded. I figured out how to sum it up. I figured out how to sum it up. It's gonna work too. This is the perfect summation of what I'm getting ready to say. The Dallas Cowboys, you got to admit this, when they see a problem, they the best at attacking it. Because we was weak on defense. What did we do last year? We aggressively attacked it, didn't we? Through the draft and during off season. We saw we were soft in the playoffs. Low key, we did the same thing, Law. We attacked the softness with grit. So we got players that are dogs, even more so than we did last year. We can be optimistic, bro. Just being honest, bro. And it's not fan Kool-Aid. It's just thinking through what just happened. The only people that I fear is front office. But do we fear defense anymore? We went from being afraid of our defense to having full faith and confidence in it, Law. Did I sum up what you were saying?
Yes, you laid it on the table.
Yeah.
While others were saying, I hope.
Right.
You was pouring the Kool-Aid and say, go drink.
Drink.
Because you don't have to hope that Dan Quinn would get J-Ron Curse together. You already knew, because the tape that you watched, you started to identify, okay, these are the areas where he's going to be placed at. Go back and watch. And I know that you probably didn't have a lot of views. You didn't have a lot of watch time hours on it, because you was just really starting it up during that time frame.
I was brand
new. I encourage you guys, don't pay it. See, old folks say this and they right. Don't miss the peas. You know what I'm saying? Don't miss the meat worrying about the peas.
Yeah.
You see, people were worrying about the peas and they missed the meat. Why did I say that? The meat was the protein. The meat was the substance that you was putting out there on the table.
Yeah.
And so many people missed that part of it, saying, hey, look at the peas.
Yeah.
He is a peon. He is a guy. He's washed up. So the same was a third of the Cowboy Nation a couple of weeks ago when they heard that chime for your mind. With the second pick in the round, blah, 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 with the 56th pick, the Cowboys selecting Sam Williams from Ohio State, from Ole Miss. Everybody was mad. Well, a third of the people were mad and angry and upset. But now that you look back at it and see the complete picture, and you will say to yourself, man, with the 88th pick, the Cowboys select Jalen Tolbert. With the 24th pick, the Cowboys select Tyler Smith. Those guys are mentality. You see how all of this stuff works together? Yeah, I kind of messed up. They kind of bragging me when I said Ohio State, but I meant to say Ole Miss, the slip of the tongue. Charge it to my head, not my heart.
Y'all need to start you a channel, and you will see it's not easy. He talking fast, thinking fast. People slip. Give him a break. Let's go. You killing it.
No, I feel him. I feel him. This is how I feel now.
Hey, love, can you take a call, man? Can we take a quick call?
Let's take some calls, man. Appreciate y'all.
Take a call, man. We gonna take a call. We got the phone lines open, man. All right, so y'all be nice. Y'all be nice, man. We go now, and we ain't gonna be able to be on too long because Law, he gonna hear y'all not gonna hear him. All right, so
okay,
good.
That's
just I'm not fancy yet, so here we go. We gonna take a call. Boss Cowboy Sports.
Law and Boss, how y'all doing, man? I know I can't hear Law.
Don't put limitations on me. I can hear you. Hold on. Don't put limitations on the Law. The Law can hear you.
Y'all content, man, is great with this freestyle. But the key point to this defense and this team was just put together under Mike McCarthy really last year. You had Curse playing in his first full-time position since he's been in the NFL. You had rookies, second-year players learning this defense. The overall talent of this defense is going to improve because the familiar things and working in their second year. You're going to have people like Golston that's going to play better. Gallimore going to get better. You got Osa in his second year. You're going to have a lot of players that's going to play better this year because they have had their first real year under their belt, and they're going to be more experienced to handle the adversity. I don't think the physicality, I think physicality was a problem in San Francisco, but this team was a young team that this is their first real playoff. With no playoff experience on that team. So now they've gotten that. Now they're going to be better, and if their record is not better, I believe they're going to be better because of that. And they just added pieces in this draft to get for production, to bring them along slowly and for them to make splashes in spots because they have the depth at their starters already. I think we should be very positive, and y'all right. I might start drinking a little bit of the Kool-Aid if we go 2-0. I might take a sip just to taste it out, but I'm not going to take a full drink until December because that's when the money time comes.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
that's the money time.
Fair.
That's fair. That's
fair.
That's measured. So
It's
we're
measured.
cool with measured, Coach, all day. So,
Yeah,
And
you
one
got
thing, Blow, I want you to talk, and I was talk that 6'6" receiver I've been putting in y'all chat. What you think about that guy? I think the Cowboys really like the guy.
TJ?
I know you did a breakdown on him, Law. I think he may could be a specialty player for us because he's a big receiver, man. You can't beat 6'6", and if they worked with him right during the off season, he may can come in and do some special type things for us.
Coach.
I'll listen to y'all, fellas.
All right, there it is. You got it, Law.
Well, here's the thing with TJ. He is a guy that's a big wide receiver that they really fell in love with. And I think that he's 6'6", and he had 25 touchdowns in his collegiate career. And I think the Cowboys are high on him. And he ran a 4.5 40 for 6'6". That's fast. Think about the tight ends, and I know he's a wide receiver, but think about the tight ends coming out of this draft. 4.5, you'd be like, hey, that dude moving. What was the speed line for the guy from Virginia Tech? Name it tip of my tongue that we all wanted.
Woods, 4.61.
What was his 40?
4.61.
4.61. Mm-hmm. Is 4.5 faster than 4.61?
Yes, sir.
And was he a raw tight end? Was he a quarterback converted to a tight end?
Yes, he was. Okay,
so TJ Vasher, I'm not saying, before y'all get into details, I'm not saying that he's a tight end. But what I'm saying is that he came into the league last season 212 pounds. He gained 20 pounds of muscle. Go to his Instagram page and look at his workout regimen. Now, he was injured. He was injured all last year, and they wanted to put that Band-Aid over him, right? They wanted to sneak him and hide him. That is a high catch radius. Most wide receivers, you're talking about a window. He got a full balcony to the catch radius. So I'm quite sure they're going to slowly bring this kid along and stop Cowboy Nation of getting ready to have a wide receiver year one ready or year two. It took Terrell Owens to his third and fourth year before he was recognized. A lot of y'all don't remember Terrell Owens when he had the bracelets, all them doggone bracelets in his mouth. You know what I'm saying?
Boy, that's a lot, boy.
And he still had the hair on his head, looking like Mel Crow, and he was behind J.J. Stokes and Jerry Rice. Y'all don't remember that. Sometimes it takes time. And I hate talking about the 40-winers, but the only reason why I know is because my brother's a diehard 40-winer fan. And he was saying that guy right there, 81, is going to be somebody. And he turned out to be somebody. But it took time. and it may take time. And I'm not saying, I got to preface my statement whenever I'm talking about this, boss. I'm not saying that Vasher is Terrell Owens, by the way, but I'm saying that he would be a good target, and he got to earn his keep this week. Because I know he'll be out there in minicamp this week, but he had to earn his keep this preseason this year.
Man, shoot, man, Law boy got the bro.
That's some slow stuff. I like that.
Hey, let me hit it again, though, because I do like that song. I had to hit some music for you, big dog, because
Take it easy on my back.
God,
yeah, take it easy.
Say, boy, listen, that boy Law, man, freestyling all day, man. You say you in your bag today, bro. Hold on, man.
I'm in there, man.
Say that boy asked him about TJ Vasher, and he went in. Ooh-wee. Nah, this is very good freestyle. I'm loving this freestyle. This is a fantastic freestyle. I love this freestyle, man. See, because you know, this is the deal, and I'm gonna be very balanced with the Cowboy Nation when I say this. We gotta separate talent from front office. I think once we learn to do that, we gonna learn when to be happy and when to be mad.
Yeah.
And I think that's the thing, because nobody likes a person that's just always mad. You know?
Right.
And all of us know that accountability is needed. But then there are also times that we got to stop, slow down, and know when it's okay to be happy too, and to take a sip of some juice. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So that's just my gut feeling, especially when you look at the positivity of the schedule. Like my boy D.A. Lee, I think me and him are wired just the same. We are very similar in how we go about our thinking in football.
Right.
He just said the same thing I said. He said it's in the late December, and he came in late to the show. He said, I can see us winning easily 3 out of 4 of those games. That's why I said the same thing earlier, didn't I, Law?
Oh, yeah. It's the exact same thing.
Yeah, that I see late December as a time we should be able to make a run. For real.
No doubt.
So that's what I'm talking about, though. Being able to spot the positivity and the optimism, even though it's been dark for 26 years.
It's been dark, man. You know, when Cincinnati started winning last year, right? Where did those fans come from? Right? When
take it easy on my back.
Yeah, take it easy on me, you know. And on top of that, when the Chiefs won, where did their fans come from? You know, so I get it, right? We have to sit back and understand that it's not every year you get to the Super Bowl. Right now, those Eagles fans are finding out, man, it's hard to get back to that thing. It's been 5 years now, and before you know it, they'll look up and it'll be 20 years.
Yep.
It'll be 20 years looking them right in the face. And they're going to be like, man, dang, man, we should have been a little bit more humble. But time runs real quickly.
And can I say one more thing on that, Law?
Go ahead.
Y'all are some fools if y'all let people treat y'all like Super Bowl rings got expiration dates on them. You a fool. You a fool if you let people actually have you defending the fact that it's been 26 years. It's like now, our history is great, and 26 years don't take away from the massive amount of history that made us earn America's team. It wasn't given; we earned it.
Yeah.
And this is the last thing I'm gonna say on it. Bill Belichick just caught Tom Landry in playoff wins. So think about that dominance. And that doesn't include Jimmy Johnson. So
and that doesn't include and that doesn't include the fact that Bill Belichick, although the NFL burned the tapes that he had, they don't know if whether or not he had copies, right? And they didn't show the teams. They didn't show the teams of the tapes that he had on, right? Of what all he had, right? So it's so many things, man. When we look at those wins and everything like that, he should have been just like, was it Pete Rose? He was betting and gambling on the game, but who's to say that he wasn't betting and gambling? So there's so many gray areas, and just like even with the Rams, the last time they won the Super Bowl before they won it last year was 99. How many years that was? That was 20 years, right? So it's been a long time, but I get it, right? The feeling that those Patriots did to everyone of winning those multiple Super Bowls. And I get it when you look at the Buccaneers. You say, hey, they just recently won. Look at the Buccaneers. Look at Tom Brady and all of that. He didn't win it by himself.
No.
Yeah.
And I understand why last year hurt too, to be empathetic.
Yeah.
Because it's been so long since we had a defense and an offense.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Them Romo years was built on offense with maybe 1 or 2 years of a good defense. You know, last year we had both. So we all had real expectations, but I'm moving on. We in 2022 now, and I'm ready.
Yeah.
And I think we got what it takes. I think we got to make some key adjustments, even with Kellen Moore. I was thinking this today. The criticisms that we have on Kellen Moore is tweaks. It's not overhauls.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're not trying to overhaul the offense. We basically just saying, you cooking it too fast. Turn it down to 375. You cooking it at 420. We tweaking him. We not overhauling Kellen Moore. Our criticism of him is just turning it left a little
bit. And that's what people fail to realize. It's not that Kellen Moore is horrible. He's got to go through some growing pains, and we should all know it. And my guy Swayze come up with a great point. It's not the fact that he said it's not the fact that we haven't won the Super Bowl in 26 years, but it's embarrassing that we didn't even make it to the NFC Championship. I get it, but I'm gonna come here to tell y'all right now. Going all the way to the NFC Championship and ultimately losing. That hurts. That burns triple.
Yeah.
If you think I'm lying, how many people are saying, hey, remember Danny White?
Yeah.
How many people out there? You know, go
right now.
You take going to the championship.
Give me triple. Give me triple. Give it to me.
It'll feel better if you did for the last 13 years, boss, of what the Green Bay Packers been doing. They'll feel that you'll feel a little bit better.
A little bit.
But I promise you, I said this earlier on my live feed, and I'm not picking on my guy Big Game.
Yeah.
But there's a Big Game James somewhere in Green Bay land that for 13 years, he's right. He's like, they choke every year. They don't do no adjustments. They ain't giving Aaron Rodgers
we got
no weapons, you know?
We got to get on the roll on those playoffs. We got to get on the roll. We got to get rolling in that. And we've squandered so many good teams. That's what the frustration is built on, and I get that. I get it.
But before this though, and I know how long we've been live, y'all let me know. But before I say this, did I give you my expectations for this year, boss?
No. You said you was gonna digest it.
No. I'm not gonna give my prediction, but I'm gonna give you my expectation.
What's that?
My expectations is for us to do better than last year, better than 12-5. My expectation is for us to go back to the playoffs and win at least one playoff game. And then I'm going to give my expectations from there. Like my daughter, I'm expecting her to graduate from high school. And then from high school, I'm going to expect her to get her degree from said program. I hope she go to D. Jackson State, by the way. I don't care what Ivy League school is going to give her an offer, but I expect her to go to Jackson State. But neither here nor there. What I'm saying is that, yes, she's going into the first grade, but those are my expectations. She's only 5 now. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Totally.
I'm not finna sit here and say the Cowboys going to the Super Bowl when they have not accomplished the first goal. Is getting back to the playoff, back to back. You got to at least what they say, crawl before you walk.
Yeah.
And get familiar with walking. And then when you get familiar with walking, then you can start running.
Right.
Now, there's some cases that babies get out there and they don't even crawl. They get to walking before they crawl.
Right.
There's some cases like that. But I want us to slow to get this thing together. And guess what? That's not me being negative law. That's just me having my set of expectations.
I think that's a good expectation. Because if we win one and then lose one, I don't ever want us to lose like we lost against San Fran, where it was based on looking soft. I'm okay with losing if it's a Dez type of loss.
Okay.
Where it was taken from us, or it was just a good back and forth and we just didn't end up on the right side of it, like what happened with Buffalo. I would take that. I would go into the offseason like, okay, let's run it back. You know, I just don't want to ever see that San Fran again. I don't want that. Wasn't Cowboy football.
Yeah,
that wasn't Cowboy football. But you want to take another call real quick?
Oh yes.
We'll take one more call, man. We gonna just take one more because I did promise freestyle, so I want to give y'all a chance to get on in here and get y'all voices out there, because that's just one of the things I promised today is a freestyle session. So we got the call line open. We got a surprise with Law Nation coming in the building and blending our shows, man, which is always fire. Real talk.
Yeah.
So we got the call line open. We gonna give you about 2 minutes to call it. There it is.
What's that hotline number? 941-942?
Yeah, 2100.
2100.
Yep. Law Nation and Boss Cowboy Sports, man. We talking about the schedule. What's your thoughts?
Big homie, man. Renell.
Renell, what's up, man?
Man, bruh, go ahead and queue up your fighting buttons. Because hell to the nah, I am not okay with just getting back to the playoffs. That's not okay. I just put in the chat. How many people y'all were mentioning the Belichick and everybody else. How many fans of various teams across the NFL are going to see multiple championships in their lifetime, if they even see one?
This the only thing, Renell. Nobody said we okay with just making the playoffs. Nobody said that. I just want to be clear on that. You might have heard that, but trust me, nobody said that. I didn't hear that.
Right. He might not hear me.
Yeah,
right. He might not hear me, but I can hear him. What I'm saying is basically, you can hear me.
Hold on.
Me, if championship ain't behind the game, I ain't with it.
No, that's behind the game. But see, this is I know Law. Law is very specific in his speech. He said his expectation. All right. So that's a key word there. So he's saying, I want you to at least see, when you say expectation, it puts a floor.
Okay.
So
okay.
You see what I'm saying? I see why you
have
to.
I
get it. I get it.
Yeah.
But see, I've been rocking with Law a little while where I know, see, because me and him get caught up in debates with Big Game James and OC, where the specifics of what we saying matter. You know what I mean? So I just
boss, tell him, boss. Hold on, tell him to hold right quick.
Hold on, Renell, because y'all can't hear each other. Give me 1 second. Renell, give me 1 second, because
he can't hear me, but I can hear him. But tell him, boss, that this is what's going on. I'm going to turn into Big Game James if we don't make the playoffs.
Okay, so this is what he said, Renell, and then you got the floor. He said he's going to become Big Game James if we don't meet the expectation of making the playoffs. What's your thoughts? And this your floor. I'm not going to interrupt you.
Yeah, I don't want to get to that point. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like I feel like they dangling the pork chop in front of us. You know what I'm saying? We the dog. They dangling the pork chop in front of us. We keep chasing it, and we don't get to it. Offense 1 year, defense 1 year, coaching 1 year, personnel one year. When can we finally put it all together? That's my only thing, bro. I ain't got nothing else. That is my only thing, and I'm tired of hearing that. I don't hear the chatter from Eagles fans. I don't hear it from Giant fans. Not just commodes, as Law would say, fans. I hear it from every, excuse my French, goddamn body. They make it their personal business. I might not hear from them 364 days out of the year. But that 365th day, when we get eliminated from playoff contention, that's when I hear from them. Where you been at the other 364 days? That's what I'm tired of, bro. That's all I got, man.
No, that's real. That's real, bro. And we respect that. So let's address that real quick. Also, that's my boy. That's my boy, man. And I respect his football mind. Also, Coach said, Boss Law, big game show, lost his mom this week, fellas. That's the big time show I think you're talking about. That's Douglas. So I'm just gonna take a moment and just bow my head and have a quick moment of silence. Okay. Mm-hmm. Boss Cowboy Sports with Law Nation.
What happened again? Let me read that again. What happened?
Just one of the podcast brothers, his mom passed. So he's a good man.
Oh, okay. Man, my goodness, man. We gonna pray, put our hearts together, man. And let me see some blue hearts in the chat, man. I want to see all blue hearts in the chat.
Boss Cowboy Sports with Law Nation.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah, we got you on.
What's going on, bro?
What's up? Who is this?
This DP, man. DP Johnson from Staff. What's good with you?
Oh, man. We chilling, man. Law Nation and Boss Cowboy Sports, man. We ready to hear your voice. What you got, big dog?
I just want to give a shout out to Will McClay because he has flipped this rock. I don't think people have realized how much churn he's did in these couple years since Garrett been gone. So that last caller's reply, yeah, man, this is how you change the culture. This is how you get to that point of being consistent. Instead of doing the same thing and going for our same kind of guys, you turn that page and say, no, it's time to go ahead and get going.
Love it.
I love Cowboys. It's time to get it.
Man, that's what I'm talking about.
Yoga fire. Yoga flame.
I think that a lot of folks is mad because of the way things went down this year, and I understand it.
Mm-hmm.
We lost more name recognition than we lost talent this year. Randy maxed out at 6 sacks twice. Dallas had an 11 sack season.
Yeah.
You know, Casey led the league in interceptions, but he's giving up big plays last year. We got a 6'2", 200-pound goon that love to fly around and fly and hit boys, and that's what's going to be on the back end this year.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it might not have felt good the way it got down, but we good. We solid. Like you said, we don't really have holes. We have places we can use improvement, but we don't really have holes. But we do got guys coming back to another year of continuity, feeling confident because they know that they getting better. And we got some dogs that want to take their spot, so they finna feel some kind of way.
Man, I like
take
this
it out
call.
the rest of the league.
My goodness, man. You're right.
All right, man, let me address this, man. This is a good call, and we appreciate all the love y'all showing for the brother, man.
Yeah.
Y'all throwing them hearts up in the chat, so I know y'all doing it over on Law Channel. We appreciate that.
Yeah,
But good call,
yeah.
big dog. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I had to get quiet at the beginning of the call because I seen the thing there for the brother too. Much love to his family.
Much love to his family.
Yeah.
Appreciate that, big dog, for real. Hey, and just real quick, Law, we need more Cowboy fans like that, to be honest.
Yeah, we do. We do.
Because what he said was spot on, bro. That if I could of course I can. That would be the call that I would want to encapsulate. That one.
Right.
the guy that said, hey, man, we just got to turn the corner. I'm sorry. That's what we got to do.
Yeah, we do.
So,
I mean, and then just to go back to my point, the reason why I said, you know, we first got to graduate from high school. Right?
What's it?
Before we do the college ceremonies, and that's winning a playoff game, and then we make our assessments from there. And I'm trying to speak it as slowly as possible so people can understand the level of expectations. And the longitude and latitude of Kellen Moore, unfortunately, the Cowboy is going through growing pains. He's going into his 4th year. So he should know, and all this offseason, go through the rigmarole of working on his counterattack. Right. So when they plan that quarters defense or they dropping 6 DBs out there on the field, and now we run on that. We run on that.
Right.
Y'all write that down. Yep.
Hey, this the last chat, bro, because I'm hungry. I'm about to go eat, man.
Oh, yeah, no problem with that.
You know how it is, bro. I'm over got chopped lips and everything. Then I've been showing this Kool-Aid, been making me thirsty. You know how that go. All right, but check this out. And then I'll take another call, though, because I see a lot of people trying to get in.
Oh, yeah, because I put the number in over here. Shout out to Sadiqa, though. She put the number in. I bet you we got some people in there.
Ooh, it's blowing up, man. I can't handle it. Not with my stomach growling, man. I need a growling, but I need a button that... I'm going to use this for my growling button real quick.
Bruh.
God, dog. All right. That's 2-1.
That started barking at you. Down one, down.
Barking, bro. I'm saying. All right, here we go. But this is a question that I can't wait for me and you to tackle, big dog. He said, Boss Cowboy and Law Nation, do you agree with me on running with 2 tight end sets? You got that, Law. I already know where you're going.
Yeah, I believe in projecting power, and even if you want to finesse it, then throw out of it. I'm trying to make it harder for you to just sit on those routes and knowing that the Cowboys are in their shotgun to look pretty to throw the ball. No, I'm presenting power to run it, and I want them to get back to that pass pro defense, and we presenting 12 personnel, regardless of whether or not you can see a guy that you think that can't block, and then he fool around and get better at blocking. I said this earlier on the show. What's 4 times 3?
12.
That's what I'm looking for. First down. So even if we have to squeeze 4 yards, it may seem crazy, but if we getting 4 yards because of the other team stubbornness and stupidness, shoot, then let's do it. And 3rd and short, that's when Dak Prescott eat anyway. Because now you still have to respect his ability to roll out, bootleg or what have you, even after the injury or what have you. If it's 3rd and short, I'm putting my money on the line that Dak Prescott can get it to you. But we had a lot of 3rd and 12s, Cowboy Nation. We had a lot of 3rd and 9s and all of that. So 3rd and short, even if it's that, I think the Cowboys are more powerful out of their approach.
Yoga, fire.
All right,
Yoga,
check this
flame.
out. We go take one more call. But before we do that, we got a lot of people watching more than before, okay? So we gonna go through the same things. We know how it is when you come in and you distracted. You've been laughing, tripping out with us, eating your oodles and noodles while your boy.
He got the noodles.
He got the oodles and noodles, big dog.
Oh my gosh! Yeah. Oodles and noodles. You're brilliant, baby.
Some cats sitting at the gym. It's a whole lot of stuff going on that can make you not hit a simple like. But I'm telling you, the key to Boss Cowboy Sports and Law Nation is so simple. Before we take the final calls, hit the like. That's the only thing we ask you to do, and it's gonna explode both of our channels. And it's just how it works. It's just what we both gotta do. And it's get in the habit of it because we see y'all like rocking with us. And if you like rocking with us, just do that. Just do that simple thing, and it's going to push both of our channels up. And then obviously we want y'all to donate too. All right, we take
donation. Donation.
What's up?
Oh, what's up, Tyreek?
My dog.
Yes, boss.
Oh, I thought you was Tyreek. Yeah, this is boss and law.
Y'all still taking calls?
Yeah, you on.
Oh, what's happening?
What's happening?
You owe me 50. You owe me $50.
Okay. Where do I owe you $50, bro?
You remember Brown got beat?
No. Yeah, of course I remember when Anthony Brown got beat.
Yeah. You owe me 50.
All right. So let's do this. If you serious, send me a screenshot to where I made a bet with you that Anthony Brown wasn't gonna get beat, and I will pay you $50. But if you ain't got no screenshots, if you ain't got no screenshots, come on, big dog.
Stop, thief! Come back,
I ain't got no screenshot. I ain't got no screenshot.
All right, so let's get to the content, dog. We got people waiting to hear some Cowboy information that you playing. Let's go.
Let's go with it, man.
Yoga,
Okay,
fire. Yoga, flame.
How you feel about this season? You saw the schedule.
I feel good. I already told everybody, man, I'm drinking Kool-Aid on the Dallas Cowboys for the regular season. I am. Mm-hmm. I got questions on the playoffs. I looked at the schedule, and the playoffs is my only concern. That is my true answer.
That's a good one.
Well, let me ask you this. So you benching Brown this year, right? And Lewis?
No.
They got to compete.
They got to compete. Yeah, I'm not benching Brown. Like, Brown had his best year last year. Why would I do that? I'm not giving it to Boss Man just because he was the second rounder.
Wow. Hey, can I come to your crib and smoke what you smoking?
No.
Cause that's some good Bonnie rolling up.
All right, so cool.
You better ask long blunt.
All right, so listen, bring some context, my brother. So I just had to hang up the homie. It's all good. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, because the title of your show, man, today is Your Voice Matter. And his voice do matter, right? In his mind, you owe him $50, and Brown was on the bottom was on the bottom of most people's feet. Let me ask you this. Who caught an interception in that playoff game?
It was Anthony Brown. Yeah.
I digress.
And who shut down Jefferson and Thielen versus Minnesota? It's Anthony Brown. So, and I don't think it was nobody that was as angry as Anthony Brown than me. It was nobody that was doing public hit jobs on Anthony Brown's worse than me. So, but Law and I, we really try to be objective.
It's hard, man.
It's when you being objective, you can't deny the year that he had. He had 2 bad games, Tampa and the Chargers. Tell me another one. And don't say Thanksgiving. Don't say that's a lot.
You got to say the aficionados. Boy, oh boy. They robbed that man on that one, man.
Man, they gave him 3 bad calls out of 4. He ain't never got done. And listen, I'm not an Anthony Brown fan.
No,
but
me neither.
Objectively, he played good. So, boss, I had to do a show where I ate crow.
Yeah.
So I ain't going back on that, dog. The man earned it. So that's what it is.
Put it like this. Put it like this before you get the other caller in here.
I already did, but it's okay. Keep going.
James Bradbury.
I got one big question for y'all to talk about, y'all.
Hold on, coach.
Get off.
Hold on, coach. I'm going to have to turn you down and let Law finish. Go ahead, Law.
And I'm going off the top of my dome. James Bradbury, when targeted, was like 94 to 100 QB passer rating. Mm-hmm. Brown was right at 84 QB passer rating. And Brown gave up 5 touchdowns. James Bradbury gave up 7 touchdowns. And James Bradbury, the only stat line that was better than Anthony Brown was he caught 4 interceptions and Anthony Brown caught 3. Yeah. I'm not saying, and then James Bradbury, he runs a 4.6 40. AB runs a 4.3. Now, I'm not saying that James Bradbury is worse than Anthony Brown or Anthony Brown is better, but we got to look at Anthony Brown as, hey, he did a solid job last year.
He just did. That's just what it is. Go ahead, Coach.
All right, got a big question for y'all. I hate to start some fire. McCarthy said that the players look scared.
Yeah.
Do we need to get the scaredness out of our OC in big games?
Oh, man.
Yoga, fire. Yoga,
flame. Do he get a little bit nervous and go away from his game plan in big games?
Yoga, fire.
There's a lot of fire. Yeah.
He does.
I mean, yeah.
And can you get rid of that?
I don't even know if McCarthy would have went a little bit more deeper, he might have said that our OC was scared also.
Yoga, fire.
No, that's controversial, but hey.
That's not controversial.
That's not controversial.
You got to put the fire on him. You got to, if you want the meal cooked right, you got to put some fire behind it. Sometimes you got to put some fire under the cooks.
Well, let us talk about it. Let us talk about it. We got that, Coach. We got it. We gonna talk about it. All right. God dog, Coach coming in, boy. Coach messy. I like it. It's a good message, though. It's a good message.
Good message. You know.
I agree.
But you know how you know when you found that one, you know, just going back to my wife, I knew she was the one. When I went on the first date with her, I got so nervous, man. I spilled my drink all over her skirt. You know. I was nervous, man.
That's real.
But over a period of time, man, I was nervous, you know.
That's real.
I was so nervous. I said, man, I'll kick my coverage, you know. Yeah. And but she gave me another chance, right? And I'm telling people, man, Kellen Moore, man, he's still wet behind the ear, and I know it's gonna sound like a bevy of excuses, but what are you expecting for him to come in? His third year ever to win the Super Bowl, or his second year ever in the pandemic ever to win a Super Bowl, or his first year ever calling these plays to win a Super Bowl. You got to have your expectations with the notion to say that there will be some growing pains. Now, in the biggest and the brightest of the stages of life of playing football, where was he? We don't know. But that is the time when the head coach to step in and say, hey, young buck, let me show you how to get this going. Let me show you how it's done. And that's the biggest flaw that I have with Mike McCarthy. He never snatched the playbook away from Kellen Moore.
It's crazy. As I thought about this today too. Like it's crazy how Coach Moore be saying stuff that I be
thinking, huh?
Yeah, because I was looking at how Kellen Moore was called out by. He was called, 5 Hall of Famers, but I was talking about specifically Kurt Warner, and he was talking about how he was scheming into the strength of the defense, right? That he was going with vertical concepts into cover 4, which is what you shouldn't do. You should attack cover 4 with more underneath and let your guys attack with yards after catch. He was dead on, right?
Yeah.
And I was thinking, do we have an OC that don't have balls, right? I was really thinking this, but then I became a devil's advocate to my devil's advocacy. You can't, and I'm just being real, you can't be the most winningest coach. I mean, winningest quarterback in NCAA history without nuts. I'm going to say that again. You can't be the most winningest quarterback in NCAA history without key weapons, without having some type of nuts, man. maybe I shouldn't be using that word. Maybe that's a little bit too vulgar. Without having some stones.
Yeah, the cojones.
The cojones. So, because I really do try to measure Kool-Aid, bro. I be sitting measuring everything.
Yeah.
I measure it. So it's in him to be brave under pressure because let's just all be honest. Let's just be honest, Law. Does it take more courage to play or to coach?
It takes more courage, man, to actually coach it.
I say play.
Wait a minute. Reason why I say that is on what levels of coaching I meant to say.
You talking money. I see what you saying. You talking about like having something to lose. I'm talking about from like literal courage. Like, like where you have to be brave. To play quarterback with a noodle arm when the biggest guys on the field are trying to hit you in your mouth, that takes more courage than the coaching, in my opinion.
But you remember when you try to be brave, what did Mufasa told Simba?
I don't remember,
Simba.
Oh, no.
Simba, you deliberately disobeyed me. But Dad, I wanted to be brave. Son, I'm only brave when I have to be. You see, the thing, I'm hitting y'all up with the Lion King.
Man, the Lion King. God dang, man.
Remember who you
Yoga
are.
Fire.
You are my son.
With the Lion King.
But he told Simba, I'm only knowing it because my kids play that movie and that cartoon all the time. But he told him, you only have to be, he's only brave when he have to be. Right? So at some point, I get it. The Cowboys organization and franchise, they look at Jason Garrett and he have an offspring named Jason Garrett, and Scott Linehan have an offspring and his name is Kellen Moore. He learned from his fathers, basically. Look at, you got the right pictures. You got them looking at him. And how many times we seen the adjustments with his father, Jason Garrett, basically. Not happen in the game, but the next game or the following game or the next time they played said player, So here's the thing. Kellen Moore, it is, like you said, is brave to be out there on the field. Just like it was brave when Jason Garrett was called to play and win that Thanksgiving game way back in the 90s. And just like when Kellen Moore, he was called to play and he threw for 400 yards in that game against the Washington team. I believe he was 400 yards against that particular team. You guys can go back and look at the tape. Yeah. And pretty much so, we get it. He had to win because of his mind. He didn't have the strongest arm. But now you are in control of 11 guys. You're responsible for 11 players out there on the field. And you got to dial up a play that can defeat what they doing is taken away. And he really had no resources or knew how to counteract. A good collective of plays, you can see the brilliancy. You don't become the #1 offense in points and in yards by mistake. You don't. Like you said, you don't win 53 games. What was that overall record?
He lost like 2 games total in college.
So 50, you don't win those games by mistake.
Yeah.
But cerebrally, right, with the mental mindset, there's something in there.
Yeah.
And the Cowboys are playing with our fate, F-A-T-E, of the team because of the fact that we had to have patience. And we already had our patience worn out with Jason Garrett.
Yeah, and see, I would say this because honestly, I do this myself. There are times that I talk to myself like I used to when I was playing football.
Yeah.
During tough days. Because I play cornerback. What did they say cornerbacks got to have?
Shoot.
Short-term memories. Right? When I have bad days today, I literally talk to myself like I used to talk to myself when I was playing. Like I used to shake off bad plays, just shake it off. Be like, so, you know what I mean? Next, I'm going to keep talking. I'm going to keep doing my thing. I think Kellen needs to do that. because he could be choking in the big moments. But I can say this about Kellen. There was times he did not. We can all agree that it was times to where his courage was tested in those bowl games for Boise State when you know they got way better athletes than you.
Yeah.
And they coming for you.
Mm-hmm.
And he had to draw on to something. He had to pull on something, Law. And whatever that mental space he was in, I think he need to draw back on it. Just like you do. Just like I have to do as a man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When we out here trying to provide for our homes and doing the different things and the struggles and the politics and just the struggles of just being in this earth. You know?
Yeah.
So I said all that to say this. It's in him.
Yeah.
It is in him. It's certain people you can say they have always been losers and will always be losers. You can't say that about Kellen Moore. You can't say, if I'm really measuring the Kool-Aid, see people like Eastside Harold, I guarantee you he has always been a loser. He has, because see, he trolls everything even when it's logical. That just shows you he's a loser. He's such a loser. Bless his heart. I like Eastside too. But
hey, man.
He a loser, dog. Like, you such a loser, you still got Watson on your profile pic. You are a loser. He brought out Thanos, bro. And sometimes they bring out Thanos, boss.
Hey, what did Thanos tell him? What did Thanos tell him?
You could not live with your own failure.
Say, so that's exactly what we looking at. When we looking at people like Eastside.
Hey, Thanos was sitting on there probably eating an apple. He just chilling. And then all of a sudden the Avengers come and he just tell him, okay, y'all couldn't live with your own failure. So your failure brings you back to me. Eastside couldn't live with the Texans' failure. It fits right in there.
You could not live with your own failure.
And so listen, and this is what I'm trying to do, y'all. I'm just trying to give y'all measured Kool-Aid. My boy Juddy say, I'm not feeling Kellen Moore. Y'all just can't do it. Listen, I get it. But am I lying on what I'm saying, though? Am I lying?
Walk on water. You're not, look.
I'm not lying.
Put it like this, boss, and I'm not to cut you off, man.
You good, dog. Help me out.
Kellen Moore is doing this year 3. Ever calling plays.
Right.
What the hell he's going to look like year 13, year 15? Yeah. What did Bill Belichick look like year 3? You know, what did, you know, even look at, I get it, Sean McVay is young, an offensive guru and everything. But year 3, he wasn't doing this. He was still learning and developing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yes, he's still young, but he got it differently. The other young, we can go down the list of all of the young coordinators and the young coaches. They didn't get elevated as quickly as Kellen Moore.
Right. Yeah. I think that's just measured Kool-Aid, to be honest. I think that's measured Kool-Aid because the person who asked this question was Coach Marv. But he also brings up how Kiffin was also like Kellen Moore and what? Evolved. See, people don't like Law. People don't like Boss because we are objective. I watch your content. Like if it's positive, we go say it. If it's negative, we go say it. If he gotta grow, we go say it. Now I know a lot of people just want to throw him all the way off a cliff. I do too. At this point,
I do too. Yeah.
I want to throw Anthony Brown off a cliff until I was wrong.
Yeah.
And that's just what it is. So, yeah, I mean, just put it like this. I'm not blind to the frailties of Kellen Moore, but I'm also hopeful because him, like anybody else, can improve.
Yeah, and that's the same thing that you were saying about Kellen. You can take it and put it on Dak, because if you say Dak is not that guy, I feel you, Cowboy Nation. Newsflash, was Matthew Stafford the hands down best quarterback in NFL last year?
Oh my God, keep talking,
No.
keep talking.
Give
me a minute. Keep talking.
When Nick Foles won the Super Bowl, was he hands down the best quarterback in the NFL? When Joe Flacco, right? So won the Super Bowl, was he the best quarterback? And even if you look at the 2 Super Bowls that Big Ben Roethlisberger won, was he flat out the best quarterback in the National Football League? No. It was a long stretch of time. I can go all the way back and talk to you guys about John Elway, the best quarterback in the NFL for a long stretch, right? They was comparing him and saying that he is literally better than Joe and Troy and Jim, but he couldn't get that ring. He went up against Doug Williams and got that butt whooped. But they had to put things in place for him to win. So I want you guys to understand that, yes, Dak Prescott is not the best quarterback. And newsflash, there's no trade clause on his contract, and I believe that there's no trade clause on Ezekiel Elliott's contract. So let's stop trying to trade with what we got, because that's impossible. And let's look at the bigger picture and start looking at this thing and saying, okay, how can we win with what we got? I presented the recipe, boss, earlier today on my show. I said the Cowboys are 30-0. 30-0. When they rush the ball 25 or more times. I digress.
Oh. All right, I got your tag. Law talked about Matthew Stafford.
Ooh.
Before he went to the Rams, his winning percentage on versus winning teams was 12% for a career. He is now the Super Bowl champ. So I heard from both sides.
Right.
And I get it from both sides. We're frustrated with Kellen Moore.
Right.
And we should be.
Right.
We're frustrated with Kellen Moore.
Right.
But this is what Law and I are saying. We need to focus on what we can do, and this is what we can do. Put the pressure on Kellen Moore with solutions, with how to make him better. When we say your voice matter, we not talking.
Yoga fire.
We
Yoga
dead serious.
flame.
Now, if you don't, and I mean this ain't no ploy. If
Right.
you watching and you just eating your chips and your oodles and noodles, and you not
Watch how you
even
get it. Yeah.
yeah, he turned boy. He into
turned.
them
You
noodles.
got to get the little part.
I'm finna
Yeah.
give me some too. I'm finna give me some. I ain't lying.
I know your belly touching your back.
Boy. But if you ain't even doing stuff like sharing and liking this content to put the word out there, you just a complainer, dog. See, you know, Law put out solutions today.
Yeah.
Run the ball. I put out solutions. Intentionally target your playmakers. Law and I tend to say the same things in different ways. But when you hear us bringing a solution, you got to at least do your part and help grow the channels that's actually giving the answers.
Yeah. Sprinkling some of mama's cooking. And before you give it your other point, I got to say this.
I'm done.
For those who said, hey, that was because Matthew Stafford was on the Lions. Well, excuse me. What were the Rams before Sean McVay went there?
Right. What is it? Oh, Law froze.
No, I'm not.
Oh,
I'm
boy,
just
you was
waiting for the response.
Ooh, boy, you was
I'm just
saying.
waiting for somebody to give me a fire, a hallelujah, or whatever. You know?
Man, you would have won the mannequin challenge, bro. You would have won the mannequin challenge. Ooh! Say that, boy. Say
I said that to let people know coaching matter.
Let me try that. Nah, I'm still moving, bro. God dog, how did you do that, Law? God dog, that boy Law, man, medic. God dog. say that boy Law. I swear to God, I thought you froze. I said, dang. Man, anyway. But now we gotta do our part, and I mean that. That's the whole purpose of us sounding the alarm during the off season. The job of the fans is to keep the pressure on Kellen Moore, keep the pressure on front office. That's our job. And when you see Law Nation putting together videos, film studies, data, all of that kind of stuff, and you don't share, bro, come on, bro. If you see Boss Cowboy come together with all this evidence and all this data and facts proving that we are a system-based offense, and you don't even like or share on Twitter, on Facebook, you don't share it with the friends, you don't send it to Will McClay, you don't send it to Jerry Jones, you don't send it to some coaches. Because if Law send it to him, they go think he clout chasing. If I send it to him, they go think we just trying to get a job. But if you send it to him, they gonna know you sending it because you care about the Cowboys. We got to get to work. That's bottom line.
Yes, indeed.
That's bottom line, man.
No doubt, man. Go ahead, grab you some oodles and noodles, man. Go grab some meat, man. Yeah.
All right, fight a word. Fight a word.
Yeah.
And then we out.
Yeah. Okay.
You
want me to go?
I got it. I got it.
Go ahead.
You the big man, so I already know. Respect the
man,
homie.
I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, you the big man. All right, so my final words is I'm very happy with the schedule. I think the schedule is a good thing, especially when you look at how it finishes. That's why I still have it highlighted that we have a window to where it's going to likely start hard. I'm going to be prepared for an up and down start, okay? Because our toughest games are in the beginning. If we healthy, I see us rolling into the playoffs with at least 11-6 record and then making our own destiny. I'm drinking the Kool-Aid on us during the season. I'm going to enjoy it. I'm not going to be Debbie Downer the whole time. I'm going to have fun, and I'm going to be mad. When we lose, I'm going to be mad. But when we win, I'm going to drink, kick it. You know, I'm going to do all the stuff I do to enjoy a season. But I'm going to keep the pressure on the solutions that's going to help us win. That's my final word, and that's what I think of the schedule that came out today.
No doubt. And with all of that, that's a wonderful soliloquy there, man, on your final words of being angry when you're supposed to and being mad when you're supposed to. So let me give you a round of applause. So with that being said, me the same way, Cowboy Nation. I look at 12-5 as being the floor. I want us to get beyond 12-5, of course. I want us to get to the playoffs. I want us to ultimately win a playoff game, and then I set another levels of expectation from there. And Cowboy Nation, I get it. You have a right to be angry and upset, mad at the world, and saying F this and F that. I get it, right? But that's why I do the play-by-play action so that you guys can get raw, passionate side of me, but I'm gonna give you the analytical law, and I'm gonna give you the fan law. And fan is short for fanatic. You can't call yourself a fan and not be a fanatic. Fanatic means you look up the word fanatic. You're supposed to be crazy for your team. You're supposed to say, hey, at the end of the day, I'm betting on this horse. That's my horse. You know, that's why I told y'all to put the blue heart in the chat. Theoretically, everybody got blue blood in their veins. It's blood. And we sharing this passion. So I come here to tell y'all right now, Cowboy Nation and everyone that's listening, let's get it. Let's go for this team. Win, lose, or draw, I'm right here. Bring it. Granted, yes, it's been 26 years. I'm not folding up like a wallet or a lawn chair. And I'm not mad at my compatriots who feels otherwise when they look at it and say, hey, we ain't doing this, we ain't doing that. Yeah, you may be right for 26 years. But baby, when I get right, when we lift up that Lombardi trophy, don't come weeble wobbling around now because it's time for the open wide because you're thirsty. That lemonade and that Kool-Aid is going to be pouring down. Baby. And I can't wait, baby. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. Let's go.
Let's get it.
Let's get it.
All right, man. What a good surprise show, man, with my boy Law Nation. Fantastic cameo.
Boss Cowboy Sports.
Hey, boss, man, I'm going to close out. I'm going to read some of the highlights, the super chats on my end. You have a good one, bro.
All right, big dog. Enjoyed it.
Look.
Take it easy.
Yo.
Salute.
Boss Cowboy Sports.